Hello, folks, and hey, Bear. Today's episode of the Nateland podcast is brought to you by Harry's, Rocket Money, Athletic Greens, and Electric E-Bikes. Welcome to the Nateland podcast. I am Nate Bargatze, Brian Bates, Aaron Weber, Dusty Slay. Congratulations, boys.
All right.
We're back. Congrats on a job done.
It's Mr. Peterman.
Yeah. Y'all did good.
Thanks, man.
You did good.
Happy to have you back, dude.
Yeah, I'm excited to be back. I missed everybody. I missed all you guys listening. Yeah, it's fun to be back. It was a long run.
I watched a documentary last night on NWO.
Yeah.
Dusty, you're an NWO fan, right?
The wrestling.
The wrestling.
Yes.
Not. Yeah, I should have been
not a fan of the other one.
I should have been more specific.
But he does think it's coming. So go ahead.
And they showed us how to do it. They showed us how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
Well, I was talking about wrestling, the New World Order, who would came in and take over, and they would spray paint. That's what we were trying.
Your innocent brain.
Yeah. I didn't even know there was another one.
Yeah.
But they were trying to take over. Yeah, I mean, that was the storyline, but it didn't work. That's what we were trying to do. But then Vince McMahon comes back. Says, sorry,
I couldn't let it go. Well, I started because I think people were wondering if I listened, and I started to listen to it. But once I remembered I wasn't on it, I was like, oh, no. I don't know if I can get through this.
What's the point?
Yeah, I think I saw some of it. I saw the beginning of it was very funny. Yeah, y'all were great. Y'all did great.
Yeah, I think they were hot podcasts. We are glad you're back, but I think they were hot podcasts.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Well, they both got a little taste of your seat over there.
Oh, yeah.
Brian and Dusty.
Y'all felt
I never did. I always respect what's happening.
I appreciate that.
So I stay in
and
my
I noticed that. I noticed that.
And you will be rewarded.
Yep. Yeah. I saw Badland, but I liked that. I didn't know what that meant, but then it made sense. Breakfast
in more ways than one.
Yeah.
I think the first one, everybody was really on board. By the second one, they're like, all right, let's get Nate back.
The second one prompted lots of bad comments about me on the Nateland podcast page.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot.
Many which I started.
Yeah.
Well, they can, you're like a dog that we can let on a leash, and if it gets, but someone's got to be there to kind of pull back in.
Yeah, you gave me too much line.
Yeah, too much line.
Yeah.
It's like it's like the whole neighborhood called and go, "Hey, is your dog out?" And and Dusty the dog was running.
I was running wild.
One more week, it would have really gotten out of control.
Yeah. The podcast becomes completely different.
Yeah.
I have to take the name Nateland off of it. The Nateland brand can't be a part of this podcast.
Exactly.
Now.
Yeah.
When Nate is not here.
You're like, I don't even do a podcast.
Yeah. I would start every episode before going forward now, I'm going to go, this does not represent me or my...
The views expressed in this podcast do not reflect the
Nateland world.
There was one thread that was really trashing Dusty, and there was nothing on TV that night, and I sat down. There was about 200 comments. I'm like, this is going to be good.
The thread wasn't trashing me, though, for the record. The comment started.
You're right, but that's all. But I saw the comment. I saw 200 comments. I popped popcorn. I'm like, I'm going to be in for a good night.
It got ratioed, as they say, where you get less likes than you do comments.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's what ratio means?
Yeah, when if somebody makes a comment and then it gets more comments than it does likes, that means people are disagreeing with you. Yeah, they're disagreeing with you.
Oh.
Now, there were some people that agreed. I'm not going to say. But there was one comment I brought that I wanted to read.
Yeah.
If you guys are into that.
Yeah.
This was my favorite one.
Yeah.
You don't know how into this I am.
This was my favorite comment of the whole thing. Let's see.
At least you came prepared.
Well, while he's looking that up,
yeah,
I'm really enjoying it. And then there's somebody that said, well, Dusty's not the problem. Brian's the only one on there not funny. And then someone tries to defend me and says, which always makes it worse. They said, well, he has to play the straight guy on there.
Yeah.
But his stand-up's very funny. And then the guy said, I've seen his stand-up. It's not funny at all.
You played the straight man in your stand-up alone? You go, guys, I'm just here to set the stage. You should be making these jokes in your own head as the audience. So that's not really that's on them.
Yeah. I shouldn't have to do everything here.
That is true. I think that's a very fair thing that you could go to the audience and go, if you're not laughing, you're not funny. Because I'm setting some stuff up and y'all should be just teeing off.
Use your imagination.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the comment. Now, I wore a new hat. Okay. They said, I never cared for Dusty. I hate his stupid hat on top of his hair. It looks bad. It's a bad look, and he's just not funny.
Okay. All right.
So that, they kept it positive.
Yeah.
And I like that comment. That's a lot of fun. So I changed hats. This is a new hat. I don't know how stupid this one is.
Hair's the same, but hat, different hat.
I did look. This guy did not have hair. So I think the hair offends him.
Yeah.
I'm with him on that.
It's all right. I mean, people,
It is. It's all fun to me.
Yeah. I read comments like I can sometimes there is, even though you don't want, there's constructive criticism in some of it. Like I've had comments where I've been like, all right, if you felt like this and it gets in your head, then you're like, well, then I'll just change. I'll just make sure that not like a hat.
Yeah.
But
or a haircut.
If they're, yeah. It's like I talk about being dumb a lot. So like sometimes people can talk about a special and they're like, oh, he's like just talks about being dumb the whole time. And then you're like, all right, well then I don't want to do that. So then I'm like, that's in my head. So I'm trying to like figure a way to like around that,
Yeah.
But and then you can't let it go too much, But there's an you got to have a little bit of like, be like, all right, I don't know, like you got to have a little of I don't have it figured out. I've got to get better. You got to have a little bit of that, I think.
A little bit open to criticism.
If you just go, it's all great, too much, then I think you can go down a road to be, you're just like it's like a fair. Like you're just up there like just a clown, like, and you're just kind of hitting the hits. I don't know. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, if there's multiple criticisms saying the same thing, there might be something to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Or that person has multiple accounts.
Yes, that's true. It could be that too. It could be that too.
I posted a joke I've been doing for 10 years, and some guy said, man, it's a good setup. Just work on a harder punchline.
That joke got me where I got today.
Yeah. That's a backbone of my act right now.
Yeah.
Like, keep it up, dude.
I've been doing that for a hard decade.
That's going somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be able to take away the criticism, and you like you said, you do, it's hard to see it, and then but you gotta be able to, like, I don't know, handle it, and then just be, just go, okay, I could see maybe I'll try to do it a different little way or whatever, but still be yourself, be the, don't go too far, because some of it is like, I always think, well, I talk about being dumb, you're like, I'm just trying to be I do talk about being dumb, but it's like just like me not being able to turn a light on in my special is like, but then people are like, yeah, I've had that happen to me.
Yeah.
Like, and so it's like, I'm not being dumb. It's like, I'm doing something that you've had happen to you.
Right.
Or like you've been in, it's just talking about like a situation that's like, you feel dumb in that situation. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
No,
but
people either want to feel superior, that's why it's funny, or they want to relate to you, and yours is very relatable.
Yeah. But I mean, I was just talking about the comments when we think about this, but you got to take sometimes you just go, change your hat, dude.
Yeah. I mean, people love to criticize the way I look. So I'm used to it.
It's just the way you look.
Yeah. I mean, this hair just grows this way. I didn't straighten it before I came in.
If you see Dusty at Home Depot,
this is how I look.
This is how it's going to look.
That is what he will be wearing.
Yeah. It's not, you're you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there is a comedian I know that has fake hair, but that's not me.
Who's that?
Well, I think everyone. Donnie Baker is a comic. He does the fake hair thing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he does.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know Donnie Baker, but I'm sure he's great.
I think you will now.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's known that he does a thing, right?
His thing.
His
hair is fake
in his act.
His hair is fake.
I don't think.
No, I don't know.
That's my understanding.
Yeah.
I mean, he probably has his own real hair.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to trash Donnie Baker here.
No. I think he's very funny.
Yeah.
He's very silly, very good. Like, it's very funny.
But he does a character.
Yeah.
Yeah. Donnie Baker's a character.
Yeah, and you're you.
Yeah. I mean, this is me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You wish you were a character.
Yeah.
You wish you could turn that off.
Yeah, sometimes I wish I'd take off the hat and the hair comes with it. And
Yeah.
But when I get comments like that, then I'm like, well, now I can't get a haircut for 10 years.
Yeah.
Just because I don't want that guy to think he had an influence. Do you know what I mean?
Would you want to get a haircut?
Sometimes I do want to get a haircut. Throughout my life, I've had a lot of hairstyles. We talked about this, but it's like, now I feel like I am kind of like stuck into a haircut.
Mm-hmm.
And I like to change it up. I had bleached hair for a while. I was a real Slim Shady looking guy for a while.
What would you do if you
into-
cut it? Like, cut it like mine or something? Or like,
Yeah, I think I would. Not quite as short,
Yeah.
but yeah, something like that. Give myself a little part.
Oh.
Yeah.
Down the middle.
Yeah, not down the middle, but a little to the side here.
I had a woman comment, for a year, every video would just comment, Aaron needs to shave his beard.
Mm-hmm.
And, it bothered me because I know there's a little kernel of, I probably should take care of it a little more than I do. But now I will never shave it.
You know what you guys
Because of that one.
should
Well,
do?
that's how you grow.
If you do decide,
Just hold it down and never.
go with Harry's. You guys familiar with Harry's?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Very familiar.
Harry's has razors, shaving products. They got all the best things. You want to shave that beard? You want to shave that stupid hair on your stupid face? Go with Harry's, guys. I'm probably the only one here who shaves regularly, looks like.
Mm-hmm.
You've got your own personal stylist, but
Yeah.
on the road.
Yeah.
Go with Harry's. I did the body wash today. They got
Oh.
body wash. I felt so much more
You got
confident.
up early.
I texted everybody, said, guys, this body wash makes me feel very confident. And Dusty said there must have been some hardcore ingredients
some
in there.
powerful stuff.
Powerful
Yeah.
stuff in there.
Yeah.
But it did. They got body wash. They got shaving kit. I take it on the road with me now. It's a nice little starter kit for me. The Truman Shave trial set's $15 value for just $3 at harrys.com/Nate. That's a great deal right there. Get your quality shave without the hassle with a $3 Harry trial set. They also have great self-care products like shaving cream, post-shave balm. How about that? Body wash, which I use, lotions, and more. There's no reasons not to try Harry's because they offer a no-risk trial. If you don't like it, it's on them. Harry's has the highest customer satisfaction in the shaving industry. Don't get overcharged for razors. Get Harry's. Get a $15 Truman Shave trial set for just $3 at harrys.com/Nate. That's harrys.com/Nate for a $3 trial set.
Boom. I'm excited to be back. Also, we might have a lot of new listeners. I've seen the Nateland podcast where I told you about the in the Apple's chart. We're way up there now.
Yeah.
All right.
We're real. People are listening.
Uh-huh.
So, boys,
Be aware of that.
be aware. People are out there and they're listening. So welcome. If people are new, I'm excited that you're here. Give us a chance, as a lot of us will tell you, the folks and us included.
Yeah.
It take a little bit to get used to.
You got to settle into it.
You got to settle into it. But it's we're here. It's a fun ride. And it's fun to be, it's, I've liked, like with this special came out, when my special came out, it's like also, it's like when you listen to this, it's like the fun, like it's like it's just fun.
Yeah.
It's trying to be fun. And I've never been more confident in what we're building, like with now than ever, is, just to be a good time.
Yeah, we're having a good time here.
I went and watched, I saw Sandler, Adam Sandler's show at the Bridgestone, and it's so fun. It's like, he's much dirtier, but it's like, everybody knows Adam Sandler, but it's very, very fun. People have a lot of fun. Even Bert Kreischer, when we watch Bert's show, is very fun. And you see the audience that wants to have fun. And it's just very rewarding to be like, you go to these shows and you're like, man, these are just good times.
People that want to break. They just want to break, right?
Yeah, they want to break. They want to have a good time. It's just go have a good time, man. It's fun. It's a fun thing. Like Bert has everybody stands up and sings the national anthem. Start singing, and it's and if I tell you that, you'd be like, well, I don't know how that's possible. And I didn't either. And then you watch it and then you end up doing it.
Where does that come in at the show?
I would just say you'd have to go watch it.
Okay.
Because it comes in and it makes sense when it comes in.
Yeah.
And then you are doing it too.
Okay.
And it's just
I'm into
nice. Yeah, it's just nice. Everybody's doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, man, this is awesome. Like, I like all of this.
Yeah.
And the way he sets it up is very nice. And like, it's it's just fun, dude. Like it's a fun time. And you're like, that's what, it's crazy that we're in a world now that you have to pay for, like you have to like go find fun.
Mm-hmm.
You have to go find it. That's what's like, you can't, the fun is just not available.
What do you mean?
It's just not as accessible. I feel like fun used to be all the movies, all the TV show, everything used to be fun. Mm-hmm. Like it was all entertainment. And now you got to kind of reach it. You got to go
things
find
are like,
it.
Everything's like a little bit of a lesson now where it's like, oh no, I just want some fun.
It's either a lesson or it's like a murder show.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, it's like NCIS and what's next? Another NCIS. Like each show after on TV is just like crime show.
Yeah.
And then and then it's the news and then it's 60 Minutes, and then everything's like kind of, so you got to go, if you want, TGIF was, you could sit down for 2 hours and it's going to be like fun. It's a family fun show.
Even
like,
sports, they like to put a little drama in there where I'm like, oh, I just want to watch the game.
Yeah.
But they're like, they got to tell you about tragedy in the people's lives to try to make the game more interesting. And I'm like, I enjoy the game.
Yeah. I just enjoyed the tragedy in the game.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I wanted to ask you about Adam Sandler, but you mentioned it. So you saw him this weekend.
Saw him this weekend.
I saw the picture with you and him and
Kevin James.
Kevin James,
man.
Yeah, I think I sent you that pic. Have you ever met him before?
No.
In person?
No. With Kevin, we were going to maybe do, I think we were going to try to do something together like a long time ago. I never met him, but I knew like him and his team wanted to try to figure something out and it just didn't work out. But I never met him. I met his brother, Gary Valentine. People might not know that, but that's his brother's Gary Valentine.
Who's a comedian.
Very funny comedian.
Who plays his cousin in King of Queens.
Yes. Yeah. So, but I'm a giant Kevin James fan. Like Sweat the Small Stuff is one of the best specials.
I agree.
And I was happy to tell him that because I think like a guy like him he had that special, then he got sitcoms and like gets out of that world. And so it's a guy that started as a comic, and sometimes the older comics, like they don't get to hear. Like you're like, yo, we all love that special.
Right.
And so it's fun to talk to them about that special. And how that was a big impact. Like I remember watching it, and that's another one that was just so fun and funny. And then I got to meet obviously Sandler, who I've interacted with just like email, or he called me one time. And then but it's the first time I got to meet him. And it was awesome. And we took this picture, and it's funny, my poster's right behind him.
Sneaking a promo from your own show in there.
Yeah.
In the
And
background.
it's just the video plays. I jokingly said, let's take it in front of because my face was just on another screen.
Yeah.
But then we took a picture. We took one facing the other way. They were like, well, the lighting was bad. So they go, turn this way. And it just happened to be like,
all right.
That goes. Which, by the way, the Bridgestone show, which we are all doing, very limited tickets left.
Wow.
I can tell you that.
Wow.
It's not a lot. Not a lot at all. And so all you guys will be on it. My dad's on it. It's going to be an awesome night. It's going to be a crazy night. If you have tickets, I hope you have tickets. I mean, I want to say in the hundreds. I want to maybe a couple hundred tickets left. It might even be less than that.
That's crazy.
Might even be close to sold out by now. Like but like we want it to be sold out to be 16,000 something people.
That's amazing.
It's crazy. It's going to be wild.
That's crazy.
And I mean, it's going to be in the round. So the way like my special was shot, where everybody's kind of around in a circle, and we're going to make it a fun night. And so, yeah, it's going to make it, it's going to, I'm excited for everybody that's going to be there and come out and, just have a good time. But yeah, so we got after we did this, I went and ate with Adam and his crew and Kevin, and it was, I mean, the best, dude, the best, like just super fun.
Yeah, I mean, they seem so fun.
Oh.
I mean, Kevin James, King of Queens, even Hitch is, it's like a romantic comedy. I love it.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, it's fun because I was like getting to talk to them about being in New York. I asked them what their spot pay was. So like you get paid when you do spots in New York. So you jump around to these clubs and you get paid. We got paid I got paid $25 a spot for Sunday to Thursday, and then hold on, sorry, I'm sorry. That's
Bless you.
Keep it going. $25 spot Sunday to Thursday, and then 75 for when I was there Thursday to Friday to Saturday. And then so I asked him, and he was like, I think it was $10 and $40. And then I didn't realize Sandler went to college with David Tell at NYU. So they got started somewhat around the same time. Like when Sandler was just starting, then he said to Tell was like, you doing comedy? He's like, you wanted to do comedy too? And
wow.
So just talking about their crew, that's a big it might probably everywhere, but like in New York, you kind of go like, who was like your crew that you want to know like when people were in. Like for me, it was like Big J, Kurt Metzger, Vecchione, Soder, Joe List. It was a lot of, then like Kumail Nanjiani, Amy Schumer's kind of like DeRosa, like all this was kind of, so you're kind of like, who was your crew? And it was like, I think he said Colin Quinn was like was like a little bit older than Sandler, like kind of the older guy. Mm-hmm. And then it was like Sandler. And then, I think Spade and all them, like, all them running in, and Kevin James is more in Long Island. And I want to say it was Ray Romano might've been probably in their kind of crew or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's very neat to talk. And it was like, you just told like a bunch of old stories. And it's, I was like, talking about doing cruise ships. Like I performed on cruise ships when I first started. They both have too, which I was very surprised.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like I didn't know, Kevin James performed on a couple, and then Sandler performed on a couple.
Like as Sandler and Kevin James, but just comics.
Yeah. Just they were the comic on it. No one knew them, and
that's
fun. Yeah. And then, because you think that with like Eddie Murphy, you'd always be like, did he, is he just famous? Like it's almost, you just think they're just famous.
Because he was so young when
he was so young. Uh-huh. But, there's been he has stories about going, it just was a much shorter term, but he would go do these New Jersey kind of clubs, or, go do a fire hall, go do these kind of weird clubs. There's some video of him at the comic strip, and Eddie Murphy's doing like the ice cream bit. And I think Eddie Murphy is Eddie Murphy then maybe, but you're seeing him work out his material, which on a small stage, like him doing the ice cream thing, you just see it at this big kind of, it's a, the movie theater. It's a big special, one of the most famous specials. And then now you get to see him at like the comic strip in front of 70 people. And it's so weird to like see that. But yeah, being with them was, if anybody wants to know what I'm trying to do, I want to do what Sandler did. That's what I hope Nateland can become as a whole. Is that's what I want this to be. And even seeing Sandler, I want it more than I even realized now. I really like what that guy built a world, and his world is super fun. And you get to see a lot of his funny friends and his buddies that he started with, and all this. And that's what I want to make. And I want to be able to hopefully make, a TV show, or make movies where, the Nateland brand is obviously cleaner than the Sandler. Even though Sandler's is PG-13, it's not really like.
And Aaron could be your Kevin James.
He can be. Well, I need him to shave that beard. But that's what I want it to be. Is like where it's like, that's why like we're doing Vecchione's special, Greg Warren, which should be coming out late March. Mike Vecchione's special, Greg Warren's about to do Joe Zimmerman's. Like, you guys are on this podcast. Everybody's going to see you guys on the road. Like, it's not Nateland, even though my name's in it. It's like, I want it to be, it's not about me. It's about what I want, showing comedy that can be family friendly, that can be, we're not, you're not gonna make comedy for kids, but if kids hear it, you don't want parents to have to shut it off. And I like being, a lot of comics, I got to see Kevin James. I got to see Sinbad. Like I got to see all these comics that I saw when I was little that I wouldn't have been allowed to watch. Not Kevin James. I wasn't little because it was later, but like Sinbad, Afros and Bell Bottoms. I remember watching that as a kid, and we were allowed to watch it because it was clean. And so that has always stuck with me because I felt like I was watching an adult thing.
I love Sinbad as a kid.
And like he was talking about going to McDonald's, and I knew what McDonald's was, and it's like and you relate like that stuff that had such a giant impact on me as a kid that like I want to be able to have that for like not that I'm trying to be Sinbad, but you know what I mean. Like I like that when kids can come to a show, and they can relate to it, and that's what I want this to be like, where we can eventually be making. I want to make movies or make stuff that people can go watch. That's you don't have to feel. I don't know. We just be who we are and have stuff be funny. So that's my template is kind of what Sandler did. And I loved when the people in the crowd were wearing like his, Boucher jerseys and stuff, Happy Gilmore thing or whatever. And it's like, man, that's awesome. Like he's created this world when he goes out that it's you're just there and you're like, it's the, as you say, he's the Sandman. Like it's just, and you're like his buddy. Watching him on stage too in front of that many people, as getting to go perform now in these arenas, it was great to watch too because it's such a giant room, and then seeing him up there just it really felt like you're like, oh, we could all be friends with him. And you really could. Like, I mean, I was fortunate being a comedian. I got to go actually hang out with him afterwards. But you're like, yeah, it was just hanging out, dude. Like, he's as normal of a dude. We went into eat. I went to Jeff Ruby's, the big famous steak place here in Nashville. It was awesome. And they had some dessert. They brought a dessert thing out that was like, my calories were not good. I've been doing somewhat good, and then like this dessert came out, and you're like, "This is insane." But it's it was him and his crew. Like there's a bunch of them, and they were all just like that's what's better. They're just laughing, like just being fun, and he's as normal as a guy as big and famous as that guy could be. I mean, he's got to be one of the more normal people.
Yeah, that's great to hear.
I would, because that guy has every reason to not be normal. You know?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been famous since I was a little kid. I mean, I'm watching him on SNL. I used to have Happy Gilmore on VHS that I just left in the VCR. It just played all the time.
Yeah.
Someone commented that Dusty is Bobby Boucher's mom because everything's the devil.
Yeah.
Well, she's right about that. I mean, I can agree with Kathy Bates in a lot of movies.
Yeah.
It's the devil.
Yeah.
Look at the stars he gets to go to those movies.
Oh, yeah.
And like, like that's why they always say like the critics never liked his stuff. And then you you watched all those people in that audience. I mean, he's the proof of he's making stuff for the audience. And that's what that's what I want, Nateland. You're making stuff, not to say everybody's going to like everything. Like that's the point of this. It's like, you might like some, you might not like all. You might be like, yeah, this movie I liked. I didn't really care for that one. But like, it was like whatever it is.
Every time there's the negative, you're always pointing at me.
Oh, I'm just pointing. But
you might like this, you might not like that.
This. You might like this. You might not care for some of that. But no, it's that's what makes it great is like it's a world that you got like you can't like now it's got to be like everything's so direct like I didn't care for that and they pointed that one thing like where it's like no it's trying to be Sandler built an entire thing that you're going to have your favorite movies and but overall you're going to be like I like them all. Every one of them you can watch and go like I did like that was still fun.
Yeah, even movies that he's not a part, like Happy Madison, like Joe Dirt is Happy Madison, and it's like it's incredible. It's like it's so great.
Yeah,
and I don't know, it's just such a long list of movies. The Rob Schneider, like all his movies, The Animal.
Yeah, that's the Adam Sandler extended universe.
Yes,
essentially. Yeah.
That's what
I'm saying.
That's what's beautiful.
Yeah,
and that's what all those guys. And those guys are super loyal to him. Like, I know, becoming friends with Spade is like the way you hear them talk about Sandler it's great. It's different. And the way he talks about them, he brought like Spade and Snyder up on stage, like didn't bring them up, but like said their names like in his buddies. But the way he talks about them is it's just awesome. It's like I feel like there's a thing when Sandler calls, they know like, yeah, just you go do it. And, cause it's going to be a great time. And he's gonna, I'm a giant fan of, as everybody is, of his world, and especially seeing that world now. It's like that. It's even more so that I want to make sure that what we do, and I know it's called Nateland, but what we do is we can do that, like can make this kind of stuff to be broader, and like it's not about me or singular any one of us. It's about creating entertainment for an audience and trying to be fun and trying to be good and trying to be whatever, do what we think is the best, and then hope people watch and enjoy and and see. And that's what we're doing. Like we have these specials coming out. There's some other ideas that we're trying to work on. So this, especially in this podcast world, and releasing those specials that we'll release on YouTube, and it's going to be, we're able to do it in a way now, like in this smaller scale, and then hopefully building it up to a TV or movies or what, get it bigger and, get it bigger and on a bigger scale or something, That's the plan.
Yeah, it's exciting.
I don't know if I've ever been able to say exactly what I wanted to do, but that's after seeing that, yeah, it was awesome.
Well, I was at Helium Comedy Club in Indianapolis this weekend. Great show. Sold out Saturday night.
Boom.
All right.
That's nice.
I like that. All the people who messaged me that said, "Oh, we got BOGO tickets."
Yeah.
No, you don't. 'Cause it's sold out.
It's sold out.
It was great shows. Everyone there was so nice. Met a lot of folks. We had a good time.
All
Good
right.
deal, man. I was in Charlottesville, Virginia at the Boar's Head Resort, 2 shows. They were both full, a lot of people there. It was great, man. It was one of those, like, everything was so smooth. It was like, I wish some stuff had gone wrong so I'd have a funny story or something, but it was just like perfect from start to finish.
Yeah.
Fans are so great. Merch line's long, just meeting people. It's awesome, man.
Sit back, take it in.
That's what I'm doing.
Aaron Land. He
Aaron
just
Land.
he made it. He goes, he made it. Sit on the high horse shot.
Yeah.
Hands behind his head.
100 tickets in Charlottesville.
It's getting too easy. These people coming out, they're seeing gold. He goes, I want a challenge.
Well, I did the Ryman with Kathleen Madigan this weekend, and it was great. I love Kathleen. She's very funny.
She's about to have a special come out on Amazon.
It's out now.
Oh, it's out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
great. So check that out.
I think.
Yeah, she's
the 21st.
very funny.
Okay.
And 21st, and the show was great.
Mm-hmm.
I had a hot set.
Yeah.
The Ryman's awesome.
The ramen's the best. Ramen's maybe my favorite. There's nothing that sounds like the Ryman,
Mm-hmm.
It's
Like
just
the
such a great
perfect venue,
thing. Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah.
Aaron, you want to tell us a little bit about Rocket Money?
No.
All right.
Yeah.
You talked about Rocket Money, just in conversation, at Zane.
I bring it up whenever I can because
Yeah.
I feel like it's something people don't know about, and they should, because we can all benefit from just keeping an eye on our subscriptions. Most Americans, if you asked them, if you said, hey, how much are you spending a month on subscriptions? They say, I don't know, $80. The actual answer is around $200. That's what the average American spends on subscriptions. A lot of it we probably don't even know about. You need to log on to Rocket Money. You might know it as Truebill if you're old school. It's a personal finance app that finds and cancels your unwanted subscriptions, monitors your spending, and helps you lower your bills all in one place. You guys know, infamously on this podcast, I had Planet, or some subscription services that I forgotten about.
Mm-hmm.
If I had Rocket Money, I would have been aware of this, and they can actually go and cancel stuff for you. Simply find the subscription you don't want, press cancel. Rocket Money will do it all for you. No more long hold times with customer service or tedious emailing back and forth. Rocket Money makes canceling subscriptions as easy as a click of a button. Stop throwing your money away. Cancel unwanted subscriptions and manage your expenses the easy way by going to rocketmoney.com/Nate. That's rocketmoney.com/Nate. rocketmoney.com/Nate.
I just noticed I have 3 ESPN things. When I looked at my subscriptions, it's like $300.
Wow.
That's one of the ones that canceled for me was ESPN Plus.
Yeah, I was like,
I just forgot about it.
yeah, I still want one because I watch the games on it.
If you're a Vanderbilt fan, you got to have it.
You got to have it. Vanderbilt's on a 5 game? We won 5 in a row?
Yeah, 5 in a row.
Yeah.
5 in a row, doing great, very exciting. But yeah, I noticed I had 3. It's $100, and I'm like, where is that coming from? Where have I signed up for?
Well, I noticed it because when my wife and I got married, we all had this. We each had our own Netflix, our own Hulu, whatever, and now we only need one. So he's,
yeah, you got
Rocket Money to take care of it.
Yeah, did you want to make sure it's going to last, even when you get married?
I want to give it a year or 2.
You go.
Ease
She goes,
into
let's join it, and I go, let's see how this first year goes, Lucy.
Don't get crazy.
I go, let's not get bananas here. You still have you keep a Paramount Plus on your own just to have some
I got my own
freedom.
Disney Plus. I don't tell her about.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to mess it up your algorithm too. Right?
Exactly. I like my feed right now.
Yeah.
The old algorithm is, I just saw, that's made stuff not fun. Is it?
The algorithm.
And the algorithm works, I guess, because you probably can hear about us, but like, man, it gets.
Talking about on social media and
Yeah,
stuff?
just all of it.
Yeah.
Like it's a lot. You're like,
It's a
all
ton.
right. It's a ton. It's crazy to think I can, with ads, I can just like, it's gotten to the point now I could be like, well, I want, I'm looking for some new shoes. And then you just go, all right, I'll just say that. And then eventually shoes will pop up.
Yeah.
And
Pretty quickly.
Pretty quickly.
My daughter watches a video series called Miss Rachel.
Oh yeah, I'm a big fan.
We never talked about it, but they play it, and now on my phone I get all this Miss Rachel stuff just because I guess it heard it somehow playing. And
Well, Miss Rachel is my YouTube
that is
algorithm.
not her.
Is this Miss
No,
Rachel?
That is not Miss
no.
Rachel.
This is the first Google result. You're letting your daughter listen to this?
No,
That is not Miss Rachel.
her. Miss Rachel is great. It's just MS. I think that's what's throwing you off.
Okay.
There's Miss Rachel.
Yeah,
There it is.
That's her.
Little different.
It's so great for the kids, though. My daughter likes it, and I think it helps her learn to talk, and it's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But my algorithm now on YouTube is all Miss Rachel, Peppa Pig, Coco Melon. It's just like the whole thing is.
And then like a JFK thing.
Yeah, it's tough to even find a conspiracy in there now. Yeah. Well, it is a weird blend.
Yeah.
It's like Into the World and Miss Rachel.
Yeah.
She's going to need her own channel when she gets a little older.
Yeah, she will.
Learn to Talk with Miss Rachel has 30 million views on YouTube.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's it's just fun for kids.
Yeah.
I wish she'd back up from the camera a little bit.
Well, you got to think about the old days. You have to do this on your own, and now you just throw YouTube on.
Right.
Plop
exactly.
your kid
Yeah.
in front of the TV.
Mhm.
Yeah, my daughter, when Miss Rachel's husband, I think it's her husband, when he pops up, my daughter starts crying. And she goes, the guy, and I have to get it off of him.
And
She really doesn't like men, does she?
Yeah, not him. No, she doesn't.
Well, is there like a story to this? What is this?
She just goes through and she
It's like
sings
Sesame
songs
Street.
and
I feel like or like Sesame Street, like a variety
Yeah.
kind of. Okay.
There's some puppets sometimes.
Yeah, but
different
there's stuff for
puppets.
kids that are like, it's just like shapes and
Just
sound
like
that
a
could have.
kaleidoscope.
They could have 100 million. There's stuff for dogs. There's a channel for dogs.
Well, that's
Puppy
what
TV.
Yeah, my daughter's transitioning from just the shapes and forms to this is like a step up, Miss Rachel.
Okay.
This is actually some entertainment value.
Yeah. I get into this.
Yeah.
I know a lot of these songs. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah, you sit there and sing it with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
All
good
right.
time.
The bubblegum one.
I mean, some of these
Exactly.
videos
That's
have
what I was saying.
206 million views.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just 309 million.
That's that blippy guy.
Oh.
That's so funny you say that, Dusty. I had that stuck in my head all night.
Icky, sticky, sticky, sticky bubblegum. That's how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
It's
Miss Rachel.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. My singing has become famous on the podcast. I don't know if you know, I sung a little bit of Lights. That's the night that the lights went out in Georgia.
Things got out of hand when you were gone. Man. We were singing songs. I was wearing sunglasses. We were living it up over
I
here.
did see the sunglasses.
Yeah. That's a night that the lights went out in Georgia. I mean, it was pretty
Why'd you wear sunglasses?
Because I knew I could because you weren't here.
Right out of the gate.
Yeah. Like a poker player just comes in.
Yeah, you don't know what I'm doing.
You don't know what's happening. Is Aaron even here? Should we start reading some comments?
Yeah,
All right.
do it.
So this is the Valentine's Day comments. Was I on that show? Yeah.
No, this is last week.
With John Reed?
No.
No.
This is when you weren't here
on
for.
your own.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna phone these in. Mo Afram. Have an episode about a holiday that one of the hosts does not believe in is par for the course. For the Nateland, all right. I thought there was a period there. All right, let's get going again. Having an episode,
We're back.
We're back. Yeah. It's the what's all this like a period and like a apostrophe, like what's all that stuff called?
A punctuation.
Punctuation can get me. Some punctuation, you throw it in. And like,
Or in this case, it wasn't thrown in.
There's a lack of punctuation.
I expected it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I saw the period on the next sentence, and so then I already because that's what I realized I do is I go and then I look and I see that other period, so my head goes, we're about to stop. And then I get to the end of the first sentence and I'm like, oh, dadgummit.
Well, it sounds like a good thing for me. To me, it sounds like your brain's working faster than you're reading. You're actually ahead of, you know what I mean?
You're like, I could stop at any time.
I'm just trying to get ahead. But I mean, but a sentence, I'm like, it goes back. I put that period above. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. Have an episode about a holiday that one of the hosts does not believe in is par for the course for the Nateland gang. 0 complaints here. Our anniversary is the week after Valentine's Day. As a family, we enjoy a home-cooked meal and little gifts of love and appreciation of each other to celebrate Valentine's Day.
Right. Yeah, I think most family gets it.
Can you guess which one of us does not believe in Valentine's?
Tough one. We did. I was in Vegas, and Laura came. She surprised me and came to Vegas. So we actually, and it was like, it was the 13th. And we were like, oh, happy Valentine's. We actually did something for Valentine's. We just were like, this was Valentine's, our Vegas trip. And
that's not a night you get off very often in comedy.
No.
Yeah.
But we didn't do anything. It was just like she came to Vegas and we, I still had shows, but we watched Super Bowl the next day. And like, fun. So it was like, it ended up being like, happy Valentine's. It just worked out. Yeah, I don't know about like, I'll get some flowers and stuff. I get some for Harper. Like, we've done that, or something like that. Mm-hmm. Get her a gift. You kind of like when you're married, it's like presents it just kind of, you want to be like, there's not really a point to them. You're like, even though, you do want to buy something, but then it's also like, I don't know.
It's more about the gesture, right?
Yeah, you're going to you're just going to go, it'd be better to be like have a night out. Because it's otherwise you could be like, well, if you want a sweater, then go buy the sweater.
That's what I'm saying. You get gifts all year. What's this one day, man? Really? Yeah, it's for a big gift, I guess. If you were waiting for,
She gets too many gifts, right?
Yeah, yeah. One could say too many gifts.
Yeah,
you pamper her too much.
Yeah.
Laura doesn't want to buy it. Laura got a new drill, and that was like a big, and she's very excited about that. Oh. Yeah, it's a big thing.
You using the drill too?
No, I haven't seen it. I don't even know where it's at. But it's got a light on it. Like it's, and it took a long time. She's wanted this drill for probably 3 years. That's her timeline. She wants something, and then she's got to watch reviews, look for the best price. Like it's a whole.
It's a 3-year process.
Yeah, like I've talked about this before. This is the beginning of this is Fiji water in this.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I'll never taste it.
Better make it last.
I make it last because I'll never taste it again after this. It's going to be regular water. I always enjoy the first bottle, and then there's about 9 bottles of regular water.
Tap water. Yeah.
Just tap water. Rhonda Cox. I own a flower shop, and I want to let you guys know that we don't raise the price on our roses for Valentine's Day because we're trying to take advantage of the holiday. We do it because we're trying not to lose money. We have to raise the prices because the wholesalers and growers raise their prices. Most people think Valentine's Day is a big money maker for us, but the profit margin is usually less than normal. Ooh.
Wow. Well, that's great to know. I mean, because somebody's raising the prices, right? So it's like, it's not you, and I'm sorry that's happening to you, but somebody's doing it. Somewhere along this trail, they're messing us up. So, for Rhonda, what if we just didn't buy roses on that day and we bought them the next day? It might be better for Rhonda.
Well, she had to pay to get them.
Yeah. Maybe if you are a flower shop, maybe you don't do flowers on Valentine's Day.
You don't order them.
Yeah.
That could be your new business.
Yeah. Any day but Valentine's.
Yeah.
That's what we're called.
Close on Valentine's Day.
We're closed for Valentine's and funerals.
Yeah. That's the most Festivus argument ever.
Yeah.
Is that you close on holidays.
Yeah. Buy your flowers here on New Year's.
Yeah.
You want fireworks? Go to Valentine's Day fireworks stand.
Yeah. Yeah.
I could have said that in a more clear way, but
Pagans are us.
yeah.
It's that's like them raising gas where they were blaming like the gas station, and they're like, that's not us.
Yeah.
I don't think they even make money from the gas. But that's she makes a great point though. It's good to know that.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate Rhonda saying that.
Yeah. It's like everything. Like some of it is it is what it is situation.
Yeah, it's not the the small business owner here. It's big flowers.
It's rarely. The answer is rarely going to be the individual. That's the answer is rarely going to be the individual.
Yeah. We'll find out Rhonda Cox owns 1-800-Flowers.com. Like the small business owner.
Yeah, it's the wholesalers and the growers. Why do they raise their price? Because maybe the demand is so high.
Sure.
Yeah. There is maybe more work, I guess. How much more is it?
It's got to be.
I mean, I would think on February 13th, there's probably not a lot of flowers being ordered. And then on the 14th, boom, big time.
It's chaos.
No, they have to have it. Yeah.
Well, the 15th is when there's probably not much being.
Yeah. I just mean any other day.
Yeah.
There's probably not a lot being ordered. But on Valentine's Day, you're getting hit up.
It's Mother's Day, I'm sure. Mother's Day is the big one.
I bet, Rhonda owning a flower shop too, I bet it's got to be your friends texting you.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's like my Bridgestone show where it's like everybody that you've ever met is like, hey, what do we, and like Ron, it's got to be.
You got any roses lying around?
Rhonda, hi. Remember that time we were in traffic, we talked? Do you have any flowers that I could, you got to just have some.
Yeah, I'm having a tough time finding flowers today.
The key too is don't get roses.
Yeah.
Go the other route.
Okay.
And then you buy and go, I wanted to make something colorful.
Okay.
And then you lie and go, my girl doesn't even like roses.
Yeah, you lied to yourself.
You lied to you go, she's never been into roses. Yeah. And all she's ever wanted is roses.
She's crying.
Such a cliche.
She don't like diamonds either.
You rarely see. I remember. I don't know if I bought them. Maybe I bought one because it's like I remember you always buy flowers, and I'd always buy not roses. You'd always buy or if you bought a rose, you go, I'm just gonna give her one rose, and that's whatever it is.
Somehow more romantic. Isn't it?
Yeah.
Just a single rose.
Yeah, it's cheaper.
Yeah, but you can spin it as the
which that's for my wife is romantic. For me to buy the cheapest.
To save money on it.
But then sometimes you do think, you want a giant, like you see in the movies.
Yeah.
Like you're like, where's that? There's one, a box of roses or box roses or something. And the rose stays for a year or something. Lasts a year. Maybe I did that one time. I could be making that up too.
My entire family's bought tickets for your Bridgestone show. And they're so excited because my cousin somehow has a discount on concessions.
Oh, wow.
So they're all fired up about getting that discount at the concession stand.
Give out your cousin's number here.
Yeah.
So they'll probably be in line while I'm on stage.
I might go sit with your family.
Yeah.
Figure that out.
Yeah, he's going to be just sitting there. No, keep it buying for the line.
Yeah.
Is his last name Bates?
Nope.
Oh, that's tough because if I feel like he could just say he's Bates. He might say I'm Bates' cousin. Because what do you guys want?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might.
Brian Bates.
Brian. Matthew McCraw. The inconsistencies on this podcast add to the many hilarious moments. Dusty says in one breath that he writes notes of correction to pastors about what the Bible really teaches. Then he later totally disregards the Bible's stance on divorce. So funny coming from your most devoted Baptist preacher listener. I love you guys.
I don't think that I disregard. I think this is what I was saying was if you have kids, don't get divorced. If you don't have kids, do whatever you want. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that from a biblical standpoint. I'm saying for the sake of the kids.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that was Jesus' message.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Jesus loved to protect the
Pouring
kids.
some water if y'all hear that.
Suffer the little children.
Yeah. So that was my point. I mean, I get it. I love. Yes. I mean, it does sound very inconsistent, and I like this joke. Matthew McCraw is very funny, but yeah. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, Jesus' message was bros before.
But if you're just like, you just got married out here, you're just some couple and you got married and then you don't have kids and you're like, want to get divorced. It's like, is it even really a marriage? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that kind of.
To God it is.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is it though? I mean, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think God takes marriage serious, and that's what he wrote in the Bible.
I don't
That's
think he
not a
does
serious
if you're
thing.
not taking it seriously
There's
yourself.
if you look at the noted, when they do the noted thing in the Bible, one he goes, but if it's like a Britney Spears situation, like I totally get that's what the Bible says. Jesus goes, I totally understand. Like you met a chick and she's in Vegas, and I get it.
What do you expect?
Yeah, you're welcome out of those divorces. But if you have kids, as Dusty, then he's like, thou shall not, and then he started using the real
then
language.
you've started a family, right?
Yeah.
And now divorce is breaking up the family. If you're just two people and you've went down to the courthouse and you got a license, it's like,
it's just paperwork.
Yeah, go ahead and separate that.
Yeah. Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
It's good.
I'm just saying, I don't know, but my main point was, stay married for the kids.
I mean, do you think when you get to heaven, you will have a few things to say to God?
Oh, no. I don't think anyone has anything to say to God.
Yeah.
If you get to heaven, you're like, I'm just happy that I'm here right now.
You
and
don't
also,
think you'd have a couple, like, a couple little notes?
Dusty and I have had some Bible talks. It's not fun at all because like one time me, him and his buddy Matt were talking about heaven, and Matt and I were like, man, we could probably finally dunk a basketball if we can fly. And Dusty said, you'll be bowing down in almighty fear to the Lord.
Yeah.
We're like, come on, dude, we're just trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Well, I do
You'll
think
be
it's true.
fear
I do
trembling.
think it's true.
It's going to be hard to dunk when you're on your knees bowing to the Lord. And you're like, all right, well, I mean, there's got to be some time we're going to shoot some hoop. You don't think there's like a moment?
Well, I think, initially once you get through, then there's some free time. But in the beginning, I don't.
I'm not talking about shooting hoops as soon as I show
I don't
up.
think the first step is dunking a basketball.
Yeah. We call that purgatory.
Yeah.
What? No,
I just had to throw in a little Catholic theology there just to get us
What's
through.
purgatory? Like
It's kind of like you're on the way to heaven. You're not quite there yet.
Yeah.
waiting place, right?
Waiting.
But I think when you're in purgatory, you're like, you still may not get in, right?
No, it's kind of you're not gonna like bomb in purgatory and go to hell.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You're in there. You can stay in purgatory though, right?
I mean, who knows?
Yeah. So you might never make it.
It might be an instant. It
Yeah.
might be a million years.
Yeah.
You think purgatory is like a doctor's office lobby?
Yeah.
Kind of.
It would be like if you could dunk in heaven, purgatory would be like you're able to like touch the bottom of the net.
Oh yeah.
And you're like
So basically like on Earth.
it's a little better than Earth.
Yeah.
It's like
I can't touch the net.
You can do a layup and slap the backboard.
Okay. All right.
And you're like, but you're not, it's like you can't palm the ball to dunk it. Just in layman terms.
Yeah.
Katie Visaggio. We need to revisit the rom-com thread when our fearless leader Nate returns. I love his take on the boys' conversation.
I don't remember what the conversation
Well, we
was.
just all named our favorite romantic comedies, just like any guys would do, hanging out.
Yeah. Casual conversation.
What's the one with just Jennifer Aniston and Vince Vaughn? The breakup.
breakup?
Breakup?
Yeah, that rom-com. That was
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
That, really, because I watched that again recently. I thought it's too serious to me.
Oh, okay.
There are wrong answers here.
Yeah.
No, that's fine. That's your answer.
What's like one that I don't even know. I'm trying to think of
Like Grease.
Oh yeah,
That was
I
one of
like
my
Grease.
favorites.
Yeah,
And a movie called Serendipity. You ever see that one?
I think so.
John Cusack.
Yeah.
Jeremy Piven.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. Okay.
Those were my two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would need to see. Yeah. What?
Scream.
This is 40. Is that like a rom-com?
Sure. I think so. Yeah. I think that's
Almost anything can be a rom-com.
Yeah. Moneyball.
Yeah. Kind of rom-com-ish.
It's romantic about baseball.
Like maybe Sleepless in Seattle would be.
That's one of the best.
Be like that.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Rom-com.
Never seen it.
You know, a movie I watched. What is it? Everything I Hate About. No, it's
10 Things I Hate About You.
10 Things I Hate About You. Yeah, that was really great. I just watched that for the first time the other day.
This is Heath Ledger, right?
Yeah, on an airplane.
Oh, wow.
I was tearing up a little bit on the airplane. No, I mean they didn't come out, but the eyes got water.
I sometimes think I watched Good Will Hunting last night.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
This is a good one.
Was it your
It's
first
really
time
good.
seeing it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I've said before, we've got two right here.
What?
You worked at a water company,
Yeah.
and now you're selling out Bridgestone Arena. This guy lived in a trailer park, and I mean, you guys are two examples of
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Brian and I are like the professors at the college that did everything the right way.
Yeah.
We're furious that y'all are better than us.
because we can't solve that equation.
I solve comedy equations.
Nobody
Yeah.
I worked with was like, I hope you're not here tomorrow. They're like, you better be here.
Yeah.
Don't have me pull up out here and you not be here.
Brian and I are working on a joke, and Nate walks in.
Yeah.
You know how easy this is for me?
Yeah.
It's a freaking joke.
Yeah.
Burns it with his lighter.
Yeah. You're like trying to think of a joke that, you come in, you're like, it's not about the camel. You said that. The camel should have 3 humps. And you're like, oh, God.
But it's how
missing
you
the
combine the premises,
Yeah.
Alexander.
and 3 humps, and hump day is Wednesday. And you're like, I don't even know what this joke's about. A hump joke about camels on Wednesday. Yeah, I watched Good One. I think I watched rom-com. There's part of me that thinks if I think I'm going to cry, you're like, I can't. Like, you got to protect that at all costs.
Okay.
Even if it was just you?
Yeah, even if that's maybe the most you need to protect. Can't be crying alone, I got to protect the family.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're like, I don't, or maybe it could feel like it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, and sometimes it's like unneeded emotions. You're like, I don't need this.
I don't need that. That's why Good Will Hunting last night, I was just in a perfect, it was like on, it was on TV. It already started. So it was always a little bit already like, I think I like that. I think I like to start movies a little bit already in it. So you can feel like you're just like, I don't need to go start at the beginning.
Miss all the setup. And
Yeah. I'm like, I can guess what the setup's going to be. And then, so Good Will Hunting, I was like, maybe 10 minutes in.
Okay.
And then, then I kind of go through and I think, all right, well, I know there's a scene where he's crying with,
So you're jumping in probably right at Matt Damon's arraignment in court after he's been arrested for that fight.
No, I saw before that.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw.
Probably when they're solving the equation.
I saw. You know what? I saw when he goes into that bar. That's when I want to say right when he not for the apples thing, but maybe right around that scene. Maybe a little bit
the bar
before
and he
that.
leaves early to go finish
Yeah.
solving the equation.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so
It's a good point to jump in.
But I was like, I thought, all right, well, I know there's a scene where he cries with like Robin Williams.
Yeah.
And so then I just think, do I want to deal with that? Am I gonna I always have
It's about an hour and 20 minutes from when you started.
I know, but I won't watch a whole movie because I know that scene will come.
That's the very end.
I know, but then I think like, do I want to even watch? Do I feel like, am I in the mood to watch that?
Okay.
Am I in the mood to watch like this kind of nice moment? And I was kind of in the mood last night to watch it. Versus sometimes I'll think,
What about how about them apples part of the scene? See, I feel like that ruins the part of the scene.
What about it?
I like the whole thing where he takes down the guy in the bar by being smarter, but then do you like apples? How do you like these apples? I don't like that kind of joke.
well, Louis
there.
C.K. has a very funny joke about that.
He's
Does
got
he?
a whole, yeah. If the guy
It's-
could have just said, no, I don't like apples. And the whole,
Oh
The
yeah,
whole thing's gone.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you
I
like
get that
apples?
joke.
He goes, nah.
Okay.
Aaron did that joke.
I did that joke. That was one of the first jokes I wrote.
Yeah.
What if that guy had not liked apples?
Yeah.
I went nowhere with it. And then Louis did a great bit about it.
Yeah.
But I've thought the part that annoyed me about that scene is that he gets the girl's number, right? Matt Damon at the bar, writes it down on a Post-it note. And then while he's rubbing it in the dude's face, he says, "How do you like them apples?" He puts the number up to the window and shows her the number. And the guy's got a great memory. He memorized an entire book of facts.
Oh, yeah.
And he shows he's just like, he shows it.
So he's like, I got the number 2 now, bud.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The guy knows it for sure.
I love how they buy him a car at the end, and then the next day they show up at his house and they're surprised he's finally gone.
Well, I did think
just needed a car.
No, well, I thought that last night when they bought him the car at the end, and they still show up to pick him up. And you're like, no, he's got a car now. Like I would think he would just drive. Like when he doesn't answer the door, you would think that he goes, maybe he drove because we gave him a car yesterday.
Yeah.
So
I like how Casey Affleck moves up front. And that's like really how fast you are forgotten.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're like, all right, he's gone. I'm up front now. And it's like you quit a job. You always think people are going to remember you. They don't. They're like, can I have your shift?
Yeah. Yeah. It's last night I always think about like what mood I'm trying to figure out, like, because I can feel very bored sometimes at night. Or you're trying to be like, I want to relax, or I want to like just be like mindless. Like last night was like I wanted some mindless stuff. So like Good Will Hunting was like perfect because it was like I just was like
you've seen it before.
Yeah, I think I do better. You know what's funny? You do better if I always check like HBO or Showtime or a movie channel to see what's on. Because I'll have a better chance of watching something if I'm like, I'll watch this and it's on already and I just watch it. Versus when you go to like Prime or and
it's totally open ended.
Netflix, then you're like, now I'm choosing. The point of me wanting to be mindless is I don't want to choose. I want it to be like
it chose for you.
It chose for you, and you just kind of sit and you just end up drifting away watching this movie, and you're like, I ended up watching that whole thing. Versus if I have to keep going through all these things to find a movie, you're like, well, now that's kind of, I feel like what we're missing is like, I need it to just be on.
Yeah.
Yeah. HBO back in the day, like you just turn it on, you got no choices. You can't record anything.
Yeah. And you're like, and you're just sitting there like, oh, I'll watch Good Will Hunting's on.
Yeah.
And then, you end up sitting and watching it all over again. Die Hard's on or something. Like, but whatever. Versus now when you go through Amazon or Netflix, Amazon, whatever, you just end up going, I got to choose.
Mm-hmm. You spend all your...
I know they show you the thing, but then I got to start it.
Yeah.
It's got like, I kind of need it to be on.
Mm-hmm. And then you just end up just watching whatever. You
end up watching Hello World. Neighbor, I watched it with Harper last night. She turned it on and it was pretty great. Because she's what? I'll tell this in it. But she was, she just like, she got sent, like she was watching Netflix and she was watching on her iPad and, YouTube or whatever. And her time thing came like and then she of course wants to request for more time. I was like, you've watched enough today. Like that's good. And then so she cuts it off and then she just turns on my special. And I haven't like really got to sit and watch it with her. Like where I get her undivided attention and she just sat with me on the couch and she started a Hello World and we just kept watching. It was fun. I got to see her watch. She laughed at a few things, which was she would laugh at the end of things. Like if it was like I forget what jokes is, like I want to say the light joke was, the part where at the end where it's like, I can't, like you can't just go downstairs and just be like, hey, ask about the lights, or I got to act like, no, I got my light up. It would be when I'm acting like the part that's made up where I've did the scenario and then I'm like trying to pretend to be this guy.
Yeah.
And she like, just to hear her laugh at those was pretty special. I was like, I mean, I like had to pee and I was like, I just sat there. I was like, I'll just got to hold it. Cause it was like, a moment that you're like, I can't, it's like sometimes with your kids, it's like getting a baby deer close. Where you're like, no one move. Some reason she's doing everything I've wanted her to do. So let's let this happen. And so I just sat there and let it have and laughed. And then, and we made it maybe 20 minutes. And then she goes, all right, that's good.
Yeah.
And then she stopped it. Like, it was like she did it as long as she could. And then she's like, that's enough.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I caught some real laughs. And I was like, oh, that was super fun. And also, a lot of people brought up on there, it says foul language.
Yeah, I got a question on
okay.
Think about
Sorry, I
we'll
jumped
get
the
to
gun. I just
Jump the gun, Aaron. You're ruining my whole
I
vibe.
messed up the whole flow.
Dusty, why don't you tell us a little bit about some AG1?
Oh, I'd love to. Gosh, I love this stuff. Our next partner is Athletic Greens. I think all of us are trying to take our AG1 by Athletic Greens every day. I gave AG1 a try because I wanted increased energy and immune system support, especially during the cold and flu season. I take AG1 in the morning before I start my day, and it makes me feel like I'm doing something good to cover my nutritional basis. It is much easier to mix the 1 scoop of powder and water once a day than to take a bunch of different things. It's the healthiest thing you can do in under a minute and costs less than $3 a day. I also get single-serving travel packs, so I never have to miss a day when I'm on the road. Do you guys also take the travel packs?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it's...
I do it some. I don't do it every time. I should do it.
We
had it today.
Oh yeah,
we did have it today, and I like the taste a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
I like the taste. It's anything healthy. Everybody's got it. Like, yeah, it's not a candy bar,
right?
And that's how I would look at stuff. Is like you think, well, it's this, and you got to go, no, it's not that. Mm-hmm. But it's like it ends up, and then once you do it and use it, then you're like, oh yeah, I do. I actually, this is a good taste, and I drink it, and it's like, and I know it feels like we had it this morning.
Mm-hmm. And you don't even have to mix a lot. So let's say for some reason you got weird taste and you don't like it, you just turn it up. And it's done.
Yeah, take it like a shot.
Yeah. I mean, it's delicious. I love it.
Yeah, have you had those juice things or the ginger? Mm-hmm. Like, those things are brutal.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know?
Yeah. So every scoop has
way better than that.
Yeah. It has 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients of the highest quality that have major benefits like gut and mood support, boosting energy, and even healthier looking skin, hair, and nails. And it's like, if you could just drink something that does that for you, why not do it? That's what I'm saying. My sister told me the other day that I looked the best that I've looked in a long time.
Wow.
I had no idea I was looking bad.
Yeah, you'll look great at the wedding.
Yeah. Oh, different sister. Different sister. I've not spoken to that sister, by the way, since the wedding. AG1 has been part of millions of mornings since 2010. If you're looking for an easier way to take supplements, Athletic Greens is giving you a free 1-year supply of vitamin D and 5 free travel packs for your first purchase. Go to athleticgreens.com/Nate. That's athleticgreens.com/Nate. Check it out.
All right.
Mike Martinez. The reprimand of facing the camera made me realize that Nate has avoided looking at Bummer. Bummer is a great name.
That's one of the best ones in a while.
Yeah. The reprimand of facing the camera made me realize that Nate has avoided looking at Bummer for every podcast. That's either pro-level commitment or Nate just doesn't care for Bellyache's face.
I had 2 in there.
Do you know what we're referencing?
No.
So, like within 5 minutes of the podcast last week, when Brian was in your chair, finally, Tristan had to come over and be like, "Hey, dude, like your back's," because he kept looking at Dusty. Your back's to the camera. You have to rotate. We're like, that hasn't been an issue in 140 episodes because you're just not looking at Brian enough for that to be I
Oh, like you were like going like this.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Tristan
but like maybe
guys.
even closer.
Yeah. I know. I look at Brian. Like, you're not the easiest for me to look at, but you look like that. I don't, devote the hour to you and go, tell us. Bummer.
Some woman commented, "Don't care for Boat Ramp's profile." And I gotta agree with her. I saw it myself. It wasn't the best.
You like your face straight on more than
I
from
don't
the
like
side?
my face at all, but especially not from the side.
Well, everybody likes it from straight on.
Oh, I prefer the
side.
Side. Yeah,
that's crazy.
I just did the headshot.
I don't
thing.
know if you've ever seen your side. Go ahead.
I just did like a headshot thing to get new headshots, and they're like, go through and pick all your favorites, and all of mine were like
side,
as far away from the camera as where I'm looking And they're like, you need somewhere you're looking straight on. I don't care for that.
Oh, straight on is I prefer straight on.
Okay.
Side is tough. I mean, I've been sitting this side, you know.
Dusty, your mugshots, which one did you like better? Straightforward?
I'll be honest, I don't like any headshot of myself. I wish I do have some mugshots out there. I've never been able to find them. I would like to.
You do?
Well, I got arrested when I was a younger guy.
Yeah.
So they're out there.
Yeah. They're going to be worth something someday.
Yeah. I'd love to find them.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of fun.
That is fun. It's cool that you got arrested.
Well, I'm an outlaw.
Yeah. Richard Gatling. That's a good name.
That is a good
Richard Gatling.
Gatling gun.
Yeah, that sounds like in Kramer, he's like Todd Glack.
Yeah. Todd Gack?
Todd Gack.
Yeah.
Dusty is correct in that the moon does spin. The moon makes one complete rotation during the same time it takes to orbit the Earth. This is what tidally locked means. Other forms of tidally locked objects are high Earth orbit satellites.
I will say I've learned something from the podcast. I learned that about the moon. I was under the impression that the moon did a little more spinning than it does, but I still don't believe it. But I have learned that that's what people believe. But, and when I say examples of other tidally locked things that I said on the other one, I mean examples that we can actually observe and see. Like what's another, and I know that you can say, well, the other moons do it and other satellites, but we still can't see it.
What's tidally locked mean?
Means the ocean keeps it locked.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's why we always see the same side of the moon. Always.
Oh, the ocean makes it where
it will just come around with us. Like
Ocean seems so powerful. We should explore it more.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think they want to know what's down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
One complete rotation during the time it takes to orbit the Earth.
So roughly a month.
So the moon. So would we not see all sides of the moon?
We never see that's the dark side of the moon.
But how does it make a complete rotation?
Because it's rotating with us.
Yeah. Well, like if it starts up here and then it comes, it's that same side that's always going to be facing us.
I know. So where's the rotation then? If we're only
still
seeing
rotating around, but we're just always on the same side of it. But it's still rotating around.
Technically, it's rotating, I guess, because
so we're rotating with it.
Yeah.
So it's like it's rotating
tidally locked with the Earth.
Okay. So it's like.
So it's not on its own axis.
If we could fake it out for a second, if we could just be
on the brakes,
the Earth could
shake it off.
The Earth could just be like, hold on, and the moon's like, wait, don't look at me. Like we see the backside of it. It's a mess back there.
I'm sure it's a nightmare.
It's did they see the back of it?
Only the people that have been around.
The astronauts have they?
Astronauts,
they saw the back of it. Mm-hmm. No pictures or anything.
Well, it's pretty dark.
Yeah.
No flashes wouldn't make it through the Van Allen radiation belt, I guess.
Yeah.
Are there any pictures of like the moon and then the Earth behind it? Like when they went around?
They have some CGI looking thing of the dark side of the moon.
Oh, like what they think it is?
I saw it. Yeah, it's real CGI looking though.
It's a triangle. Wow.
That's Pink Floyd.
Maybe that's why we don't want to. Maybe that's why they don't want to see it.
Moon's actually a triangle.
The moon
gets wild.
There's one, right? There was one. What's that one?
Well, NASA images the dark side of the moon. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get behind there, it gets crazy.
It gets real dark. It's got to look like the front, right?
Well, we've got the way more interesting side, it seems. We've got a lot more
light
seas and. No. I mean, this is just kind of just a bunch of craters, but we've got all kinds of different shapes and.
Yeah, so I mean, the backside's probably the same, unless people were back there having a good time.
I think they said there's like a rabbit shape. On our side is like a rabbit shape. There's like a rabbit holding an egg.
Okay.
So I just think there's people back there just having a party.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've never seen that. There's a little bit of a rabbit going on.
Yeah.
I've always heard that the rabbit.
Rabbit holding an egg. That's where some people say we get the Easter bunny from.
Oh, okay.
Rabbit holding an egg.
That's where he came from.
Yeah.
And that was his spot. That was the shade when he left.
Yeah. Comes down, drops off eggs. We got to find them.
Right.
before he can get back to the moon.
To celebrate Jesus.
Yeah.
And behind it is like a dinner party, like the Great Gatsby.
Yeah.
And they're just partying.
Have a little
Big
tea.
band swing music.
Yeah. They have no idea that we're on the other side, and it's bright.
We were just
One day
tidally
he goes, one day I swear something was off, and I saw like a glimpse, like a crack of a door. And I go, what was it? And then they go, nothing. And they sped the moon back up to kind of be like, oh, that almost got ugly.
Some people say that when the astronauts landed on the moon, that they were greeted by aliens, and that's why we don't go back, because they were like, you're not welcome here.
Is some people you?
Some people I've read about, not me. I don't believe we went there.
Yeah. Some people yours brain.
Yes.
Your brain said.
But I've heard that people said that, like the aliens were there and they were like, you're not welcome here.
Yeah.
So that's why we don't go
So
back.
we went back a few more times.
Maybe
and
it was
then didn't.
maybe it was the last time we went back.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
And they were like, don't be putting your flags up here.
Yeah. They go, that's enough.
We visited and saw your flag up here, and we want you to know this is already ours.
We were cool with the first 6 Apollo missions, but
now we caught you.
Now you get ridiculous.
You got to draw the line somewhere.
Yeah. Now it's getting.
As
you've overstayed your welcome.
Yeah. As aliens,
well, you got to get into the fantasy of it,
Yeah, that would make at some point you go, that's enough.
That's what Apollo 13 was.
Yeah, quit coming here.
I bet they keep going to the moon, though. If you go to the moon, you're just kind of like, there's not much there. You get there and you're like, which is crazy to say, but as an astronaut, you got to go.
Boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, we could have saw this at a desert in Arizona.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you think as an astronaut, if you go to the moon 3 times, and then you get your little note card, tells you where you're going to go again. And you go, I can't wait to see this. And then it goes, the moon. And you're like, and you go on the 4th time and you're like, but you are going to the moon. So you can't complain.
Right.
Because everybody's like, dude, that's crazy. You're the only person that's ever been to the moon 4 times. You go, but I know. It's awesome.
It's an honor.
It's an honor. I'm not saying it's not an honor. But there ain't much up there, if you know what I mean. You go to the moon, you go to the moon. There we go.
I think there's a commercial now where there's an astronaut, and they're like, you got to see this. And he's bored. He's like, I've seen it before. Yeah, he doesn't even get off the ship.
Oh, yeah, that's funny. Yeah. Hello World comments. Welcome back to Hello World. Speaking of world, the moon.
Yes.
Yeah, speaking of the world.
Speaking of world, the moon.
That's what you say when you're coming back from the moon. Hello, world.
Hello, world. Yeah. What?
I see the name coming up.
Yeah, Julian Turnwich.
Oh my God.
Yes,
Wow.
Turnwich.
I'm sorry I doubted you. Yeah.
Julian Turnwich. The names, they don't feel like they match, so.
Julian.
And Turnwich. That feels like, someone got a name in there. Like, I bet if you meet the other Turnwich, it's going to be much different names.
You sound like you're saying it past tense.
Turnwich.
Turn which way?
Turn which way? I mean, I don't know a name, but it's like it seems like they're all, it's like all Tom Turnwich. It's all Tom. And then like the mom was like, got one Julian in.
Yeah.
And that,
Yeah.
The special finally dropped here in Oz. And Australia. And it's as good as I hoped. I had to watch it twice straight up because the first time I thought, I wonder if I see Aaron. Well, very quickly, that's all I could see. Then I was trying to see the guy Aaron accosted in his seated bouncer role. But the special was the best yet, in my opinion. Grammys, here we come. Well, thank you. Yeah. Julian, that means the world. Do we have the moment of him? Did y'all get
It's not on the special, not that I saw.
Oh, yeah.
But I saw the guy I said it to.
Yeah.
He's pretty clear. He's sitting right in front of me.
Yeah. I know we don't have like a screen grab of it or something? Or
I got sent a ton.
Yeah.
It's been
let's
so long.
see it.
I can pull them up.
So
Yeah,
it just dropped in Australia and New Zealand?
I believe it's
Canada?
out. Yeah, it was very funny that it was called Hello World and it was not
very specific.
globally
Yeah.
launched. But yeah, February 17th and I don't know if it was, and I still got some people saying it wasn't here or there, but it should be everywhere as far as what is today. It should be everywhere. So it should be out. So it's like we're seeing.
I did watch it. I don't watch a lot of comedy specials, and I watched it, and it's great.
Thank you.
It's very funny.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, it was fun. I loved I do, man. I love shooting it in that place. It was just, I liked seeing the crowd, and it looked, seeing, I don't know. It was just very fun to get to, like, you look at the special and you're like, they did a really great job with it. All that stuff.
Here's a good picture.
Here's
Somebody
a good picture.
tweeted at me.
There we go.
So that's me, obviously.
Yeah.
That's my sister, my brother, my other brother.
From, and I got to say, there's your side profile I get. Look at that. You gonna tell me that's a good?
No, that's straight on. That's about as straight on
No,
as
for me.
Oh, okay.
Look at mine. Look, there's something wrong with my neck. And that's what you prefer.
I'm not saying I prefer yours. I'm saying I prefer mine.
Who's the person?
That's him right there. This guy.
Oh, no.
Oh, I didn't guess. I guess someone else.
Guess that woman.
He's definitely. You think he's already been told enough?
I hate that we're really putting him on blast here.
And,
Yeah.
Well, it's not. We're not. I think everybody's team him. Yeah. I don't think we feel bad. That guy was having a good time.
He's a nice guy. He's a fan of yours.
Yeah.
Just didn't
made-
quite know how to behave at a comedy show, and that's fine.
He made the wrong decision of having fun in front of Eric.
If he listens to this, please email us.
We
No,
don't.
please don't,
It's
I don't want to hear from that guy.
I also, as a comedian, though, it's hard to sit in an audience. It is hard because anything someone does annoys me.
Yeah. I know. It's you want it. It's totally understand. Look, there's someone we had that had a loud laugh, and we had to take. I had to, and you hear it You hear it only once, I think now. But when I listened to it the first time, it's like the whole show, and you're like, well, that laugh's got to go. Like, it's too distracting, and that's a tough. That guy's having the most fun, but we had to take it out. We had to it was like you had to be like, that has to come down.
The distinct laughs are really hard. I listened to a Maria Bamford album one time, and about halfway through, she had to say to someone in the audience, she's like, that laugh. She's like, I'm glad you're having fun, but that laugh is killing me.
Yeah.
And it's like, it is like that distinct laugh it can be really hard.
It can be hard. And it's a tough one to say. Yeah. All right. Gina Willis. Did anyone notice that Nate's special Hello World on Prime is rated 13 plus for foul language? I laughed so much when I saw that, having already seen it once and knowing that the only foul language was his bit on the word sucks. So that's so great. I love the podcast, guys. Yeah, dude. I don't know why. I think we even tried to say, can we get that off? It's kind of funny. It's very funny. There's just whatever reason, I don't know. But I mean, I'd be curious to be like foul language.
I think they just assume and don't even check into it.
Yeah. Because you want to go, I guarantee there's kids shows or there's Disney shows, whatever, that say sucks or something that they probably don't have foul language on.
I wonder if there are different things you have to, if it's not given this rating, then it's technically marketed and made for kids, and there's different stuff you have to do.
Like on YouTube.
On YouTube, you have to check this is not made for children.
Oh, okay.
And then it's regulated differently and moderated differently.
Yeah.
So maybe this is just this is for adults.
Yeah. It gave me some street cred. So,
So when Harper was watching it, breaking the rules.
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's not supposed to be. But yeah, I don't. They just put it on there. It is very funny. Steve Teskey. It's all just one. Why did you decide to do your new special in the round? Louis C.K. recently said on a podcast that the view is better for the audience because it's everyone has a center seat. Yeah, I agree. I think the round is a great way to watch something. Louis shot a special there. So did Carlin's 7 Dirty Words was shot there too. I did like doing that. I liked shooting. He shot a 7 Dirty Words special to then shoot a special there with no dirty words. There was something that I thought was that's kind of fun. But they shot theirs there. And I watched both and took from both. I liked showing the crowd. That was a big part of. That's one of my favorite places ever to perform is the Celebrity Theater in that round. but I liked, and I wanted to be able to show the crowd, especially after like the last one being so mask and all this stuff. I wanted to show a crowd having fun. So I wanted when people were watching it at home, I wanted to show people having fun and laughing during the show, because it made it was like, it made it be like, yeah, we're having a good, you're showing people have a good time, and that was a big reason I wanted to do it. And I mean, I love that you can see the crowd. Like, I think it's, it's fun. It's like you end up, there's other reasons to watch, people watch it to find you, and like people watched it, like, it just makes it, a good time. Emily Crawford. Where did Nate get his jacket from for his special? I've been looking for a bomber jacket, and that one is great. So I know the jacket was a special edition, and it was gifted to us. It is by Paige. It is the Robinson satin bomber jacket. Bomber. You say bomber? Bomber. You don't say the second B. You guys dropping a bomb on us. And so that's how we would get.
Oh, yeah.
We would get
How'd
hit
your
by
show go? I got bombed.
Yeah. If I was in the military and we were getting bombed, I think we would get bombed because he would be like, they're about to shoot a bomb and we need to counter it. And everybody goes, what? They're shooting a bomb. And then the guy's like, what is he saying? And then and then the bomb hits. So it would be, you shoot stuff off to make the bomb chase. I think we get hit just because the guy's the thing goes, the bomb just got sent. And so the guy's just supposed to, and he goes, what? The bomb. He goes, he's saying bomb? Bomb. He goes, you're not supposed to say the other B. Okay, but the bomb's, and then we get blown up.
I think if they need someone to sacrifice themselves by falling on it, the guy who says it like that, we could probably afford this guy.
Yeah. So the jacket is by Paige, and it was a special edition. I didn't know that. I don't get told this, but yeah, there you go.
Laura wrote this answer if people are wondering why Nate's
and third person. And Amber Linehan. Yeah, that's why. Yeah. The stylist, Amber Linehan, she styles me, or for the road, I know that's like a fancy fun thing, but it's like, it's hard to like find stuff that's like cool. Like you want it to look good. I try to wear stuff that's like you could wear normally. Like I'm not trying to wear something that's, that someone's like, I could never wear that.
You ever gonna do a special in a jumpsuit like Chappelle or something like that?
Maybe. No, I don't know. No, I doubt it. I don't know though. You never know. Maybe if I could become a lunatic on the next one, and I'm walking out and I look like Sam Smith. You see the stuff that he wears, like that kind of stuff. You're just like, those people are gone. Like like it's they're not even like it's not like the fashion world is like beyond. They got something's wrong with them.
I saw some runway fashion show with it. All the models were not wearing the dresses. The dresses were like in front of them, or sideways, or upside down.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, it's these people are gone. Like it's like the fashion world is in a hole. Is like, it's become art or something. Like
you're out of ideas.
You're out of ideas.
It's called avant-garde. That's what they call it.
But that's made up. That's just a made up thing. That's like, you're like, we're past anything. You're like, no one's, what's the point of that? Like it's like
it's art. Yeah.
It's just, you're like a painting. I guess you can wear a painting and you get to walk around the painting. So maybe I'm on board with it now. I'm talking myself into it, but it's like, that's like gone. So like when I wear stuff, it's like, I'm trying to wear stuff that like, it's at least something that's like a cool, like it's something that you could wear, that someone could wear,
Right.
But you are doing a special, so it needs to look, you want it to look good. But it's like, I hope everything I wear is, you're like, oh yeah, you could buy your husband that and be like, our dude could be like, I could wear that. But yeah, you're doing that stuff.
I hadn't seen that one.
Profile. Yeah, you do a show in the round wearing wearing that
Yeah.
just to see it from the side.
I wonder if you're wearing that, what he's wearing right there. Are you thinking, I look good? Or do you not even think about it? Are you?
Sam Smith might be on another planet right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So there's I don't know.
I think he's thinking about it. You don't just forget you're wearing that.
But do you think he
No,
thinks I
no.
look good, or you think he's like, where have I got myself into?
I think he's
I
thinking,
just wanted
I'm
to sing
making-
songs.
Right.
No, that's I think the level that he's at is I'm telling you, these there's a slippery slope of that's been like, look at Sandler. Sandler has kept it where he's norm. Like he has dudes with him that have been with him for 25 years or 30 years, and they're just like regular dudes. And like, you gotta have some reality in your life.
Yeah.
And I think with like that Sam Smith, like you can be where you don't have any reality. Like, like, yeah, he dresses like very down as the Sandler kind of thing.
Mhm.
And that's the very,
I mean, he's gone on Letterman like that.
yeah. Yeah. And that's just, he always just dressed like that's, he's always done that and it works for him.
Yeah.
And it's not like I like to dress up. Like I like to wear like I wear like when I'm on stage, it's like I like wearing something that's like nice and feels good and cool and like you can have that, but you just gotta have it can't go. I don't know. It's like
Well, yeah, there's a lot of room in between what Sandler's wearing and what Sam Smith was wearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The most room.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's literally the top and the bottom.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's with Sam, like, but it's like the idea, like, you see the NBA players, like they come in wearing that like they're into fashion now. They go to these fashion shows and all this stuff. That fashion world's it's a slippery slope. Like it's getting, like it just feels it's its own thing, and you're like, and I don't understand it, but it gets. There's an arrogance to it. He had to tuck his shirt in on that one.
They wouldn't let him in until he took his shirt in.
Yep. Spencer Heaton. I was wondering if Nate would let us know who all the people were backstage in his special as he walked from the janitor's closet to the stage. I like that he noticed the janitor's closet. That was like a dumb idea I thought at the beginning. I just thought it'll be funny to just come out of a janitor's closet.
Yeah. Well, we've all had a green room that's basically the janitor's closet.
Yeah, it was that was like literally just trying to be like stupid and silly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, some people might not have even noticed it. I thought it was just funny to like. I wanted some like I thought it'd be funny to be like what I'm about to walk to, just to have it start in a janitor's closet.
Yeah.
So when I walk through, when I first come out of the janitor's closet, it's two guys that own the Improv, Joel and Matt, yeah. And so I just saw them. But they owned the Improv in Phoenix, Tempe,
And Stand Up Live.
Yeah. And so those guys are awesome. And so it's them, and then it's my managers. Then Brian Dorfman owns Zanies, my agents. And then the lady that was there from Amazon, she was from Amazon. And then I turned the corner, and it's like Chase, my son, that everybody claims is my son, who's with me. We had like he's now he's been on the road, and Eric, the barber trainer. Then my sister and Bree, who they did all the candy. Then Ricky, our bus driver, and then our buddy Mash, who's just been the black guy, the only black, the black dude. That's Mash. And Mash is from Tennessee. And I've known him forever through Travis, my tour manager. But but Mash comes out with us, like if we're near California or whatever, he pops out and comes out. He's super fun. He was there for the taping anyway. And then Justin, and then I believe it's Veter and Vecchione and Dustin Chafin and Julian, and then Nick. And then when I go upstairs, it's Travis, my tour manager, who we grew up together, Tony, our promoter, who does everything great, then Lauren Harper. And then I think that's everybody.
And then
did I forget somebody?
your brother.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And then my brother hands me the microphone.
Yeah, it's funny. You forgot him just like you do in the.
Well,
in the
you
bit.
just forget. Middle brother. Then Derek hands me the microphone. And then when I come back downstairs and everybody's there, it's like to Abigail, Harper, Laura, Abigail, my sister, and then Derek, his wife, Maya, Derek's middle child. He's got 4 kids. Middle
Bob Ripplepants.
Bob Ripplepants. That's where the Bob Ripplepants comes from Maya and Harper and all that, and then everybody else. Yeah, I just wanted to show. Like, I liked showing the kind of crew, the people who we're out with. Like, it's just like we're all. I mean, all of us hang out, dude. Like, it's just hanging out. Like, my family. I wanted to show Derek. Like, that's why I like Derek handing that. Like, showing. I talk about Abigail and Derek in this special, so it's like I wanted to be able to show them. And Abigail's been doing great on the road. Like, a lot of people email. Like, Abigail's responding to a lot of these emails along with you. Like, she's. And it is my sister. She's the youngest sister. She has a tattoo. She got a new tattoo that I do not care for. It's a bigger one on her arm. I don't like it. I just don't, but she did it because she's young and an idiot. And my parents went along with it. My dad, almost helped kind of design. I mean, I was furious about this whole situation. But they did it. And, but yeah, I wanted to show we're all, it's, just show that it's like, this is all is what it is. All of us hanging out.
Which one of them would you let ride your e-bike?
I can tell you who does ride it. They've all rode it and they love it. We have a electric e-bike and it is awesome. If you think e-bike is only for a bike ride, think again. The all new Expedition by Electric is the cargo e-bike designed to carry groceries, gear, or even a passenger, so you can do more and enjoy fresh air too. The e-bike is awesome, man. I mean, I can't talk about it. Like, it's the best, dude.
I've been taking it on the road with me.
Oh,
it's
really?
Awesome. Yeah, I fold it up, fits in the back of my car.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I can just take it out anywhere. It's been awesome.
You know what? I need to throw it on the bus.
Oh,
I haven't
easily.
even thought about that. That would be easy just to go ride around a town.
Dude.
Yeah.
Because I was doing those scooters and doing all those other services, and I was like, I can just bring my own, take it wherever. I don't have to recharge it all weekend because it just lasts so long.
Yeah. It makes riding around a town. I mean, you're taking some of it. You can still exercise on it. You're taking some of the exercise away, but it's because you can also just ride it like a motorcycle. But that's it. Almost makes you go, well, I'll just go exercise. My joy is to sit on this bike and just ride it.
Totally.
It's. I mean, man, it's fun. The new Expedition Cargo e-bike, which is designed with cargo in mind, it can carry up to 450 pounds for any gear you have. I was like this. They say that nice. So it fits all your gear. Someone's like, that's
what I call all this. My gear.
That's a nice way. It can carry up to 450 pounds of, and you see someone go, what? And you go, for all your gear. They say, no, for all the gear you have. And they go, okay. It can go 150 miles on a single charge with the double battery setup. It can also carry passengers, including the kids. Quick store trips. Riding around the neighborhood, they cost way less than the competition with quality feature-packed models financed as low as $130 to $3 per month. You can lower your gas costs. Electric e-bikes are foldable and ship-free, fully assembled. Over 250,000 dedicated riders on the road so far. Check out the all-new Expedition Cargo e-bike from Electric. Visit electricebikes.com to learn more about the Expedition Cargo e-bike and all of the other sweet models Electric has to offer. That's LECTRIC ebikes.com. It's great.
Yeah. I want to say this, that the bike that I have, I broke something on it, trying to fold it back. I was just an idiot and I messed up the battery, and I called Electric e-bike number, and I was just prepared to just, sit there for half an hour. Somebody answered right away, like a person.
Yeah.
And it's the best customer service experience I've had with any company ever. It was just like a person. They said, text me a picture of it. They just sent me a new part within like a day. It was awesome.
Yeah. It's amazing when you can talk to people.
Oh, I was so surprised. It's a person answering.
Mm-hmm.
Golly.
Yeah, you could, I mean, like really, like riding that, when it's electric like that, you could make a good sized journey with it.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because it's not easy to ride a bike. Like, it's easy to be on a bike.
Yeah.
But, like, you hit a hill, and it's hard. And I rode one of these, just yours, around the neighborhood. It's so great.
It crushes hills.
It's so
too.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super fun. All right. Rob Fisher. My wife and I just watched Nate's news special. As soon as I heard Nate's joke about turtles being cold-blooded, I immediately assumed the other comedian he was with was Aaron. It sounded like a real Notre Dame-like comment to make. Please confirm or out this other Notre Dame educated comedian.
No, it's not me.
It's not Aaron. It was Jeremiah Watkins.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It does sound like an Aaron thing, though.
It does. Mm-hmm. Jeremiah did not say it. Jeremiah is a very, very nice comedian and very funny. And like he didn't say it, but it was we were at a wedding and we like went on like a hike in the woods and like there was a bunch of comics and the day was like you could get I remember getting that water that day, but it was very cold. Like the way like it was like. You know, I want to say it was November, so the water's already cold, but like we were upstate New York, but it was like 60 or something that day where it's like you could jump in the water, but it was like freezing. And so the water is cold, I'm walking during the day, and then we see the turtle. And then that's when I said, I was like, man, I bet that turtle, because when we walked by the turtle, it went in the water. I was like, I bet it was cold. Exactly what it said. And then he goes, well, it's cold-blooded, so it probably just feels like bath water. And he said it like that, and that was it. And then we didn't talk about it. And then I just made it a joke. Yeah, that's how the real joke, I say, like, went on a hike. We weren't on a crazy hike. We were in the woods, though. Yeah. Like, I wasn't at, like, a hospital. Like, that stuff is all the added stuff. Like, I did not walk on a paved trail or any of that, but all that stuff all happened. Jeremiah Watkins. I don't know if I've ever really talked to him about it.
If he even knows that you turned this into a bit.
Yeah, I don't know. I mentioned it one other time on stage somewhere, but I don't know. I need to tell him.
That's fun.
Yeah, that's where it came from. Troy Thielen. I believe you missed the easiest callback in comedy history at the end when you were inexplicably talking about front doors for a second time during your special. If those guys had walked off with a, wait for it, sliding glass door, the place would have erupted. I think they did erupt.
Oh, dude, you could have ended on a laugh, Nate.
Yeah. Laura took off a part that said, breakfast, please share this with Nate. And I'll just say, I could not wait to share this with you. You blew it, buddy.
Yeah. I disagree. It's too. Here's the thing with callbacks. Like, it's its own. I already have two front door stuff. Callbacks are. I like them, and then there's got to be a place for them. Mm-hmm. That's also a pretty far away callback. It's like too far. And ending a show on a callback is that callback needs to. I got to make sure that you remember the callback if you did. But it's not. I don't want it to be the sliding glass door. The sliding glass door joke. I was already closing on this door stuff, and the sliding glass door thing happened later. But I wouldn't like the guys. And then I'm saying those guys is getting a front door, and then I disagree that the joke would work.
Yeah, you don't want to force a callback either.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than a forced callback.
Yeah, I disagree that the joke is not about the door really. It's about me. That's the sliding glass door. The joke is the joke is the sliding glass door because it's the front door. That's the funniest. That's the centerpiece of the joke. The joke at the end with the front door is not about that. It's not about the door. It's about me sleeping late, me not. It's like all of that stuff. So the door, and then her, and then Laura getting this, and I don't know what's happening. The door is not really the point of it. So if I brought in the sliding glass door, it just wouldn't make it's. Yeah, like it could get a laugh, but it wouldn't make sense.
It almost retroactively makes the whole rest of it not make sense.
Yeah.
Either too. It's like takes it to it's not grounded
It's
at all.
yeah. It's not like the golfing joke. The golfing story is not about golf.
Right.
It's about a husband and a wife and their miscommunication through it. That's what it's about. And like a funny situation, it just happened to be here. It happened with golf. This door thing's not about, this part's not about the door. The beginning, it is about the door because my parents saying they own a sliding glass door. That is that whole story is about the sliding glass door. But at the end, it's not. And so it would be, if I brought in that, it would be.
Do you ever think about doing all the door stuff together and then you got like a 20-minute door chunk?
Yeah, sometimes you can't think like I'm talking about doors a lot. But the funny is that's how much that wasn't about the door in my head that I never even considered it. Because I never even thought, I'm talking a lot about doors. The joke at the end I'm not, the door has nothing to do with it. The door is like, even though the door is a center, but I'm not even thinking about it. It could have been a garbage can for all, like, I'm just telling you exactly what it was. Yeah. That moment happened on here.
Some people went and dug it up because we did a podcast that morning.
Yeah.
They're removing the door.
I haven't seen it.
After your door got
Do you know
taken.
where it's at?
I looked it up and sent it to Laura because I thought y'all were going to put it in the post credits.
I was going to do that stuff. I always like to show that stuff, and I was going to put that stuff. I need to find it.
I mean, I could.
Yeah.
Let me look real fast.
Yeah. Do you have an email? Like, was it someone?
I emailed Laura. It was one of our early episodes.
Do you know exactly? Yeah. I just would tell people, and then maybe I want to look at it and see. But it would be interesting, like the moment, if you want to see the closing joke of the moment it happened on this podcast. Because it happened, and I came up here and did a podcast.
We showed up that morning, and there's just no front door.
Yeah.
At this.
Like,
what is happening?
I don't know if people care about that, but I thought it'd be interesting for people that would care about that. You can literally see the second that joke is going to happen. I kind of say it.
And here's the funny part: it is a sliding glass door.
That would be a good. See, that would be. You don't, as a comic, you don't ever want to put that much pressure on it. You don't want to close. The callback, if you close on a callback, I'm kind of closing on a callback right now. But it's not a callback as much as it's not a callback, but it's
something else has got to go right for it to.
No, it's setting up something that when I set it up at the end, it's like, but that's what this is. It's like, so I set up.
It's episode number 23. And I got the time code.
Yeah.
It starts at 1:43.
1 hour 43.
No, 1 minute 43.
Oh yeah, it was
because
fresh on our minds.
Yeah, because it just happened. So I'm gonna. If you want to hear the beginning of this, I'm making it easy. Because people could hear it. What's up, everybody? Thanks for watching us. We also don't have a front door to our house. Everybody liked the Laura episode. Well, let me tell you what Laura did. We're getting our door. It was like something was coming. Whatever the house we bought. Came with the door. This house we bought came with the door. And then the paint was coming off, and it's got a lifetime warranty that they will fix it. This starts the beginning of the coldest day of the year. It's snowing outside right now. Yeah. They knock on my door. It's like 9:30 in the morning. And I get up. Obviously, I've been awake just recently. And I go to the front door for them to tell me, we're about to take your front door. That's what they said. I have no idea that this is even happening. And Laura's gone, and I go, hello? And I open the door just for them to go, we're about to take that door. And I go, well, it's snowing outside. And they go, we put something up. So we don't have a door all week.
Kind of looks like a crime scene. Like the house is being sealed off. Somebody got killed here.
All right, it's tough to look at.
There you go. Yeah, what side profile do you like? Yeah. That's insane. Look at Aaron. I don't know what's more good for you, buddy. That's crazy.
Thanks.
I've lost weight. Bates the exact same.
It's remarkable.
Aaron, you look like an old boat captain. That finally got off. You go, yeah. Well, I was on a boat, and your wife goes, "It's gonna kill you if you stay out there." And now you're on land.
Yeah. How about it? It's remarkable how close that is I mean, some of the beats and how you told it then is how you ended up telling it.
Yeah. And it's that's, I wanted to, I haven't seen that either.
That's fun.
So I haven't seen it yet. And is that the end of it? Is it? I know
we went a little bit more. Aaron made his point, and then
okay. Yeah, that's all right.
I mean,
that's yeah.
We got the gist of it.
Yeah, that was
That's where it started, and then I think we talked a little bit more about it, but that was about it.
That was about it. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. That was, because we recorded the podcast that morning, and then so it was.
What was the date on that?
That was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Doesn't give. Oh, jeez. I'm bombing over here.
Yeah. So 2 years ago, I mean, that's how long it takes to get a joke.
Yeah.
And I taped that in October.
December 2nd, 2020.
Wow. And then so I taped it in October of 22. So it's like it happens on December. You can almost see I don't know the exact moment I got that joke. I got it I was closing on it. The joke was finished before then.
I'm sorry. I'm reading some of the other things we talked about. Vanderbilt female football kicker, Sarah Fuller.
Yeah. Yeah, she might listen to this podcast. I think I found out. But but it's crazy that I don't know, it's fun.
Yeah.
I think it's fun. That's also like someone could not care at all. Most people could not care. But if you want to see where a joke,
it is fun to see where the jokes come from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it shows people this is real. You're not just making this stuff up.
Not many jokes do you have a video of you talking about it like an hour after it happened.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sorry we didn't do the callback.
Well, Dusty, you're the callback king, right?
Well, I like callbacks. I like them a lot, and I think they can add a lot to a show. But I do also know that I've tried to force them a lot of times where I'm like, in my head, I think, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be, and then you do it and it gets no reaction, and you're like, oh, okay, this is too many callbacks.
Yeah.
So especially ending on a callback, it really have to be sure it's going to be.
Right now, I'm ending on but I'm saying, but like that's what I was going to say. Like, that's kind of a callback. What I end on, he's taken too literal. The callback is, I set up that I don't sleep. That when you sleep late, you write your throwing your day. That's before any of this stuff. Like you wake up at noon. If I meet you at noon, I'm gonna come in pretty hot. That's the callback. So there is a callback, but I'm setting up that to then when I tell the door story, it's like then I go, I've been awake for 45 seconds and I have to decide if I'm going to give this guy the most important part. Yeah. I'm setting that up in earlier in that. Okay. So the callback is the action.
But that bit can just exist by itself. It doesn't need other context.
It doesn't, but it's like, it makes it like whenever I start I'm setting the premise of who I am, of this idea. Because I go into that, and like we have bedtime, like it's like, I say that you wake up in the middle of the day. I forget what other joke I say after that. Maybe that's the start of something. I don't know. But I start I sleep late into the day. Like, and then there's not really much else with it. And then I tell you a story about how this affected me because I sleep late in the day. Mm-hmm. So the callback is the action of me. So you're setting up this me here. Well, here's a real life scenario of where that wasn't helpful for me, that I sleep late in the day. So the action is the callback. The word, someone like Troy that's been doing comedy for not at all, I would understand how he would want to make the callback, the sliding glass door. No,
but it's also the easiest. It's easiest in comedy history, though. It's the easiest in the history of comedy.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, it's. There's times that a callback, sometimes I could not choose the callback, let alone because I think you realize I should do a callback. So sometimes you don't do a callback because the audience is like, well, obviously, why didn't he not do the callback?
It's a misdirection not to do it.
Yeah, because you're doing the callback in your own head. So I'll let you do it. That's a laugh. That's a big, like if Brian Regan had a joke like this, that's what I like. You get a laugh off not even doing the callback. And then I do another joke and now I get a double laugh. So I get a double laugh off the same thing. Because the audience, I know you think the callback. So you start laughing, expecting me to say the callback. and then I say something else. Now I got an extra laugh.
That's what Brian does when he's the straight man on stage.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you let
Brian,
him do the callbacks.
He's on another planet. This is 3D chess over here. What Bates is doing
because they're doing checkers.
He goes, yeah. He goes, we still got to make the crowd. The crowd is you do the joke. I get it going. I start it. I pull.
Yeah, I'm doing setups up here. You do the joke.
You guys
I start the lawnmower. You mow the yard.
Well, it's like your dead horse joke. You always said, I'm not going to say beating a dead horse.
Yeah.
Because that's too obvious.
It's too, everybody would be like, why would you not say beating a dead horse? Because you're telling me that I should have said it. So I don't need to do something. And I am beating a dead horse by talking about a dead horse for 5 minutes. The whole thing is about it. Like, it doesn't need to be that literal.
Meta. It's very meta.
That's right.
It doesn't need to be that literal, All right.
Thanks for watching, Troy.
But appreciate you writing in. I appreciate it, Troy. I'm joking with you. We're giving you a hard time. Josh Caps. On January 30th, my family and I gathered around my grandmother as she passed away. Good night. It was a sad day, but peaceful. It was the hardest at the end of the night, though, after hospice had come and gone, until we saw that Hello World has been released early. It absolutely brought joy from tears. Thank you. Too bad it wasn't a day early, of course, or my grandma could have seen it too. Just kidding. She hated clean comedy. That's funny. Look at that, Josh.
Very funny.
That's a good callback.
That is.
See, that's a callback, and he sets up. I don't know if it's really a callback. Sets up the grandmother.
That's a
the
good
whole
joke.
time.
That's well written.
That's a well written joke.
Brings
Josh.
up lots of emotions in that joke. Really.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
Building tension.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
Capped it off, you might say.
What are we?
Josh
We about
caps
done?
it off.
Yeah, well, I mean, there was a bunch of other stuff I wanted to ask you about.
Oh,
we can kind of.
you can ask.
The AT&T Pro-Am. I mean, that had been a dream come true for you to play in that.
That is the dream. We had a lot of folks came out and followed, and we're walking, and I talked to them. I'm not going to talk to them. We're on. I mean, teeing off. Yeah.
Let's watch this drive.
This is a sweet drive.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Good ball, Nate.
So yeah, they said they saw my dad and uncle. They would follow us, and it was awesome.
Yeah, look at Nate's back foot, huh?
Yeah.
It does it as he swings.
I lean back still though. I lean too far back. I need to get on my left foot more.
Yeah.
But it's I hit the ball great. I played really good at Pebble, and then Derek got a caddy. They misspelled our bib, Bargatz. Bargatze. Very much Bargatze like. Kind of our first entrance to everything. We get a little, but the whole experience was. I mean, it was a dream come true. And out of all the things that I've wanted to do, that was one of them. And Webb Simpson was great. Kevin Strillman's great. Larry Fitzgerald. I mean, everybody's obviously great. It was just the most fun. And Derek did great. And it was, crazy. Guy had a heart attack in front of us.
Wow.
We were
the caddy, right?
A caddy. Right. And by the way, we had another lady fall down, bless her heart. The older people just dropping like flies, man. They're just falling. And then you got your dad out there, and the whole time you're just like, every second you're like, someone falls, you're like, Dad. You're screaming for him. And then, but we, like a group in front of us, I mean, they were, and it was Bo Hostler and his group. And I know Bo. So we get done playing our hole. We get there, and Larry's like, all right, we got to be patient here. And we're like, why? And then and a caddy went down and had a heart attack. They were giving CPR it was like the Darryl or the Hamlin thing.
Yeah.
They were giving CPR in the fairway, just like, and they did it for like 25 minutes. And then the ambulance kind of comes. They're giving CPR in the ambulance. And what I heard was they got him going. They got his heart going again. They stayed with him. And, and I think I actually don't know past that, but he was doing better. And but it was the same. We had to stop for like an hour, and it was just crazy. Then they're like, and then you just go, all right, hit again. And then you're like, I just topped it immediately into
what about his group?
Well, first we didn't know if I mean, honestly, people were thinking, did he die?
Yeah.
Like it thought because he did die. His heart stopped. So then it's like, well, is he dead? And so, but then they like let us play. Then you're like, I don't know if we should even be playing. Like it's like, and the whole, like, there are a lot of Christians on the golf course too. So it's like, we all said a prayer. Like there's a lot of prayer going on. And then, but then they tell us to hit. And then, so ambulance comes, and then they're like, kind of like, well, we got to play, like, and so, we hit. I mean, I just topped mine. I mean, I'm like 4 of the worst shots I hit after, because it's like insane. I don't even play. Bo and them are like going to just get out of the tournament because they're like, dude, he's walking up the hill and he's like 65. Not out of shape, not healthy. But someone said he's had heart pains for 2 weeks and just didn't go get them checked, which is, I'm trying to do a whole joke about this, but it's like, yeah, the older men, like, go get your dumb heart checked. Your heart is literally dumb at this point. So if you start feeling craziness over there, maybe get it checked out. I'm talking to my dad. Yeah. I'm talking to all the dad, that think that they don't do stuff. This guy had heart pains for 2 weeks, and he's walking, and he just collapses. And then so he goes, and Bo and them are like, well, we kind of played through them, and they're not going to play. And then we got word pretty immediate after that, like he was doing better. I mean, they were just going to quit because it was like they're in their group, they're with that guy, and they're like they're just going to stop playing. And then they got word that no, they got him going. It's like that it was a positive thing. So then they came back and they were able to play. But at first, it's like they're like, I mean, they were a mess. Mm-hmm. They were crying. Like, I mean, how could you not be? And so, but they ended up, hopefully he's doing good. I don't know. What else? I thought I had something I was going to say, but yeah. But overall, besides that,
fun time.
Had a great time.
What percentage, like, and obviously everybody's got to be a good golfer, but if there was some superstar, do you think they if you're a huge star but just a so-so golfer, do you think they'd let you play?
Yes.
Like if The Rock wanted to get out there?
I think if The Rock wanted to get out there, they would maybe let The Rock do it.
Change
no matter what.
But I don't know if The Rock would. But I don't know if The Rock would do it, because it would be, a lot of people are watching you, and no one's going to want to
look awful.
Mm-hmm. So that's the balance. Is it's a hard time for people to do that, because I don't think most will do that. I think most would not. But I guarantee if The Rock wanted to play, they'd absolutely let him play. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, by the way, that a lot of people, he's not a 10 handicap. He's like a 2 handicap, and they gave him 10 strokes.
They said that on PTI.
Yeah, so it's insane. So he just had so many strokes.
Are you a true 7? That's what you're played as.
Yeah. I probably even higher. Yeah. But I probably said, I probed that week. I get up and down a lot. I did.
Dusty, what are you?
I have no idea what that even means, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Then you play golf with Mark Wahlberg.
But yeah, play golf. Yeah, it's been a wild month. Golf to Wahlberg, my buddy Rich Day, who's he's the one that knows Wahlberg. I've never met Wahlberg to that point. Wahlberg did not know me. But it was, Wahlberg is awesome.
That's
Another
fun.
one like Sandler. Yeah. He's what it's great to meet these guys and go, I want to be you. I want to be what you guys are. And I love that. And we played super fast. He was super cool. Just talks to you like we're all just like hanging out. Like, so you just feel like you just jump in his world, and it's like, what's going on? How you doing? And then we're just playing, you're in his world, and he had to leave because he had to go do a movie. But it was great.
It was just funny. The top comment is Leanne Morgan. Oh my Lord, Mark Wahlberg.
Oh my Lord.
My precious angel.
Yeah. Awesome.
A lot of people emailed me and said, Nate's on courtside of the Utah Jazz game. And a lot of Utah people were very excited about the person you were with, who I don't know.
He's the coach. Well, Rich, this is another Rich. Rich is on the left. He's the
Rich is
coach at Utah.
my style, because you and I used to hang out and go to stuff up her deck.
Well, he can do a lot. He can do some cooler stuff than
yeah.
I got a beef with Rich.
He's a coach of Utah. Or he's a coach at Utah. He might be
Which one? The guy on your left?
The guy on the right.
His left.
Yeah. So that's who. Look at. I'm blanking on his name. That I look up the coach. I'm blanking on his name now. That I was with him. That it's because I'm on the spot. It's not him. But he's under Kyle.
He's a defensive coordinator, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know if he's defensive or he is. Morgan Scalley. Yeah, Morgan.
Scalley.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody loved Morgan. Morgan, because he played football, and he played. When did he play? He played when like Aaron Rodgers played.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has like I think he played. Maybe he sacked Aaron Rodgers or something, but he played the day Aaron Rodgers like started for Cal.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like his first time starting. Like so, I was next to him, and he was awesome. Morgan Scalley's great. Yeah, everything's great. Everybody's great. Everything. It's all like this kind of. They met Dana White. That was the best. That Dana White. Dana White was. I mean, I'm such a big UFC fan, and I know people don't like him for whatever. It's like, but he came to the show. He was talking about he saw my joke about the bus with the dad. Don't call it dad of the bus when you pick your daughter up at school.
Mm-hmm.
And so he said, first time I saw that joke, and it was just super cool. And just was like, we talked about the UFC, and it was, I'm a big UFC fan, and I love what they're doing. And so it was, the whole thing was, that was, he just came to the show. I didn't know he was coming to the show. And so got to meet him. He was super nice. Obviously kind of brought up, like, I don't think he drinks anymore because his wife was there, like, because of the incident they had. Mm-hmm. And so it was great. Yeah. It's been a wild month. I'm very aware of like how insane but I was excited to get back here because it's like bring back to reality,
That's right. That's right.
Bring back to the everyday.
You were on Seth Meyers for the first time.
And Seth Meyers for the first time. Yeah. So that was very funny. Seth Meyers again, very nice. Everybody's very nice. I did not meet Tina Fey. I was hoping to like kind of like be able to wave at her. Yeah. We never even like.
Was she on the same episode as you?
Yeah. She was in the room next to us, but it's a very cool thing, but she came in and like did it. But it was like anytime I could kind of be where I could see her, she was always like either turned the wrong way or someone was talking to her. Like never even made eye contact to wave. And I never really had a moment to. So I would have liked to say hi to her.
I'm very old school. I record all these shows you're on. Like you were on CBS this morning.
Mm-hmm.
That clip was posted before I even got out of bed, but to me, it's more cool to watch it on television.
Yeah.
That's just the way I grew up, and
I like that.
It's
too.
exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting
to build up to it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Like a VCR almost.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, it is.
You got VHS tapes in there.
To me, it is. I record it. And
I like it. Yeah.
Well, welcome back.
That comment's funny.
That's what it's all about.
This dude will go on this show, then Legion of Skanks. Incredible versatility. Yeah, that's everybody's Joe. Yeah. Look, I hang out with a lot of friends. I got friends that are the extreme of both sides that can be very dirty, very clean, very this, very that. It's, you go be you on all this stuff.
And you're going to be you.
You're going to be you. I'm going to be me. That's all you got to do. Your friends can be whatever they want to be. You be you, and you be in this world, that world, whatever. If you're you, just be you. And that goes a long way. Yeah. The whole thing was, I got Gail King's phone number.
All right.
Yeah. Kind of crazy. That might be my new one that's like, I can't believe I have.
Yeah, how'd that come about?
You're like, do you like apples?
Yeah. How do you like them apples?
Callback.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
That's a solid call. That was a good callback.
Callback. You should end your special.
Yeah. It should have been like that. Got to go do my sliding glass door.
Yeah.
I'm a bad callback guy. I go, golly, that apples reminded me of, did you buy them at a sliding glass door store? All right, apples.
Sliding glass store.
No, I texted her a picture of my yelled at by a clown because she wanted the photo of that. She's like, text me that picture. And she just gave me her number.
Yeah, and then they showed it. Did they drop it in later, or did
they showed it?
Yeah, because they took them a second to bring it up.
Yeah,
and I could tell they were getting frustrated. Like, do we have it or not?
Yeah. So, they're all awesome. All right, is that it?
Yeah, I'm at Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh this Friday. Well, Thursday, I'm in Maryville, Tennessee, doing a fundraiser for True Purpose Ministries. It's an alcohol and drug addiction center, and tickets are $25. It's a great cause. Tickets are on my website. That's Thursday. Then Friday, Saturday, I'm at Good Nights in Raleigh.
All right. If you're in North Carolina and you don't feel like driving all the way to Raleigh, go to Asheville, North Carolina. I'll be at the Wortham Performing Arts Center all this weekend, Friday and Saturday.
I'm at Helium in Indianapolis all weekend, so it's going to be really fun.
Yeah.
It's going to be the best.
I'll be in Tupelo, Mississippi. So, I'm a few other places, but Tupelo, Mississippi is Saturday, I think. And this week, but I'm in a few, but
you're in Wichita Falls, Texas.
Yeah. Wichita Falls, Texas. All these cities I'll be in. They're great. I want to say Tupelo's the one we've got the most tickets left. It's a big place. So
is it the place? With Leanne?
Yeah,
that's a big place.
It's a big place, and so you can check that out. And then
Aaron's done.
Joe Zimmerman, we're shooting his special March 3rd, I believe, in Asheville.
Oh,
so
really?
this first show might be sold out. Second show, make sure you get tickets to that if you want to come to Nateland. If you want to be at the beginning of this Nateland world that we're building, everything that you come to, that whether I'm there or not there, I promise you it helps lead to the idea of what we want to do later is to make this world. And so I will be there. Joe's directing his special, and we'll be taping it. So if you want to check that out in Nashville, March, I want to say 3rd, that Friday, you can look it up in Asheville, North Carolina. All right. Well, I'm very happy to be back. Thank you guys for listening. The newcomers, welcome here. We love having you. And we appreciate everything. I love you guys. And we will see you next week. All right. Nateland is produced by Nateland Productions and by me, Nate Bargatze, and my wife Laura on the Audio Boom platform. Recording and editing for the show is done by Genovations Media. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to catch us next week on the Nateland Podcast.